It's always hard to tell when it starts. I'm just waiting on the link. All right, we should be live. I'll send it to you. And it is a different link. Once you've got it shared, we'll just get rolling.
Quality down as low as possible. I'm not using bandwidth.
Well, Brian and Jeff figure out how the internet works. I'll go ahead and kick us off. What's going on, guys? Fanout podcast episode 2. We made it a week without killing each other. Jeff, how's it been going, man? How's those NFTs treating you?
Good. Got a pack today, but spent $9. If I sold all 3 cards, I would make about 15. Not bad, but it's not like
Hundo or large?
To do what?
Hundo, 15 hundo or 15 large?
No, $15.
He says hundo. Oof. I don't know why,
because he's gangster.
That's not how the kids talk, you know?
I don't know. I mean, my kids don't say hundo. But...
Yeah, see, exactly. Brian, what about you, man? What you been doing this week? With your old lady out of the house, you've been walking around with the pants.
No, she left today to go visit some friends, but
Florida State sucks.
I mean,
we're all aware of that. Pinball. I mean, Florida State's horrible. Let's not even get into that.
Yeah,
it's podcast number 3.
And don't tell your wife that either. But
she knows. Florida State sucks, babe. She can't hear me.
I waxed my pinball machine, which you're going to turn into some innuendo. But I did.
You waxed your pinball machine.
Yeah,
take out pin.
I was going to say, like,
that's what he did today.
We all know what this really is about, Brian.
Jeff got here right when I finished.
Yeah. I had like a white towel laying on the ground. It was
right when you finished.
Yeah.
Is when Jeff got there.
Yeah.
Please tell me you didn't finish because Jeff got there.
No. What else did I do? I'm looking for new studio equipment today and found nothing good local. Anything that I actually was interested in was sold out. So
yeah, I had to.
There's that.
Had to go the Amazon route for my new mic, so I suggest doing that.
Well, don't forget the 3 hours you spent playing Deadpool today.
I did play Deadpool for 3 hours today.
My camera stopped working. Hold on.
That's that Amazon special you were just bragging.
Yeah. Well, I've had this camera for a while. Hold on. Whatever, I'll mess with it.
It took us a minute to figure the internet out. So
yeah,
dude.
So I'm going to talk about Deadpool.
Actually, this is perfect. I mean,
there we go. Okay. Jesus Christ, I think I lost internet.
You started sweating. You know that GIF?
Yeah, the Key and Peele. That was me. The last 30 seconds, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I did play Deadpool Pinball for like 30 minutes today in public.
30? You mean 3 hours?
3 hours, yeah.
I heard that part.
I've had a beer and haven't even opened my second one yet. That's like my trademark. But yeah, I went and played pinball in public for the first time since
How do you play pinball in public? Like you just go like to a parking lot and just like...
No, I mean I went to an arcade for the first time and since before COVID, but the local bowling alley, Oops Alley, has a Deadpool pinball machine. I went in there, put $10 in, expected to play for like 30 minutes or so, and they have the replay set at like 200 million points, and I was earning credits faster than I could like use them. So I ended up playing off of free games for like 3 hours.
Nice.
Which was awesome. But
cool.
Nothing too exciting this week.
I had I had a doozy of a circumstance this morning. Okay.
Were you constipated?
So, well, this is after that. But here's the thing. Okay. I'm just going to hold this push to talk button down and please hold all questions until the end. Okay. It's a short story, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your internet going in and out?
Yeah, I was about to say you went laggy.
Yeah, even our test stream worked good. Yeah. There's 2 people watching, which is really bad since there's technically 3 of us watching. Is that Amazon special?
What is it? Amazon Basics? Come on, Brian.
I think
Rochambeau. What are you doing? Which 1, 2, 3? You went.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
Just like 1, 2, 3, play.
No, not with Rochambeau.
Oh, okay. That's different. Gotcha. Well, I win, you lose. Next.
The fuck?
Kobe, I like your hair. Like it hasn't been working at all? That sucks. So, did you hear about Aaron Rodgers, Brian?
Green Bay quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
No.
How that's like all over sports right now.
Mhm.
That during the draft, they dropped a news, like breaking news, that he didn't want to be in Green Bay anymore.
During the draft?
Yeah, like
All right, any
before
better
the
now?
draft started.
Okay,
there
so
we go.
break reports.
Yeah, so it kind of took away from like the spotlight is Aaron.
Well, that
Rodgers gonna
impacts the
be
draft too.
Right. So I watch Pat McCaffrey show, ex kicker for the Colts.
Right.
Great, funny podcast that he does every day on YouTube. And they've been talking about it, and nobody knows what's going on. Green Bay hasn't said anything. Aaron Rodgers hasn't said anything. It's just all speculation. Well, they came out, Lila Miller. They came out and said, a bunch of fans were like, "Oh, Rodgers is just a prima donna. He wanted all the attention on the draft and all this." And McCaffrey's like, "I don't think that he put this out there. Like he's been adamant about it." Well, it came out yesterday that Adam Scheffler from ESPN, he's the one that broke the news, and he said it was just speculation that he put it all together, and he's the one that broke the news. Like Aaron Rodgers didn't tell him anything. The Green Bay didn't tell him anything. Like he just throughout the season, like put it all together. So it like caused such a shit stir. But yeah, he's not happy, and he does want things changed. But he never came out and said it. So
okay,
it was broke.
Now it's working.
Yesterday.
It was my mic just wasn't being picked up by OBS. I don't know. Sorry about that.
What was it backwards?
It was not backwards. It was just not working. Shut up.
Man.
We're not going back to that. We're not going backwards to that. Okay, jackasses.
See the video.
Anyway, so this thing that happened to me this morning is crazy. Okay. So I go across. It's a short story, so I'm gonna embellish it a little bit. I'm gonna paint a picture. Okay. So I go across the stupid bridge and go to Walgreens to get my second COVID shot. So I'm just there. I'm in and out because it's my second one. I already filled all the paperwork, all that shit, right? So I'm there, and I'm done. I text my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm done. I'm heading out. Get in my car, leave the parking lot, and I'm trying to turn left onto 9th Avenue. Okay. So I've got to look both directions. I got to look left and right because there's traffic coming from both sides, right? So I check left. It's clear. I look to the right, and there's a bus stop like 10 feet from me. Not the like covered ones with the awning and stuff, just like the bench, right?
Just the bench.
And standing in front of this bench is probably some 60-year-old woman just getting undressed in broad daylight in public. I'm pausing for effect. So
like,
no questions till after.
So yeah, just hold on. So so I have to look right to see if I can turn, right? Because
so you can't stop looking.
So I can't stop looking. So I try to avert my eyes, right? And I'm thinking, okay, first my first thought is, holy shit, I'm 5 minutes in and I'm already hallucinating and seeing 60-year-old tits flopping around. What the hell has the government put in this vaccine? And I'm freaking out. My heart starts to race. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Is this shit even real? And I try not to look. And I'm not looking.
They were real.
But I have to look in that direction. Oh, they were certainly not fake. And so so I had to look that direction. And then she sees me and locks eyes with me, and I'm thinking I'm about to get fucking murdered somehow. I mean, I'm about to get killed, and so my fight or flight instinct kicks in, and so I just fucking gun it, dude. I just go, okay, and I'm weaving through traffic and shit, trying not to fucking, and I'm thinking, what the hell is happening right now? What is this drug inside me that's doing this? And then I see people stopping, noticing her, and I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking real. This is not, I'm not making this up. This is happening. So then I gun it and take off. And then through my side view mirror, I see her. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you. She took her shirt off and then took her bra off and then flung it into the street. And then people started running over it. And that's when I was like, I see it. I'm like, what the hell is this? So when I left, she sits down, reaches into a plastic bag and grabs a t-shirt and puts it on and then sits down. And then people just keep going like nothing happened. And
did you know that she had just got the vaccine?
So
that was her side effect.
I have never seen anything so bizarre in my life. And it was it probably happened over 5 seconds and it felt like 10 minutes because she locked eyes with me, dude. And and I just fucking stared and I was trying to do this so I wasn't seeing. And I was like, fuck it. If this is my time, it's my time. And I just gun it, dude. And I turn left and I weaving out of cars and shit, and then people stop and they're looking at her and pointing at her and shit, and I'm like, oh my god, this is actually happening. This is real.
Good old Pensacola.
Yeah. So it took me about 10 minutes for my heart rate to get below 110.
So I've actually had a similar experience.
Good old Pensacola.
So it took me about 10 minutes for my heart rate.
I don't know, 12 years old. Me and my dad and my cousin were driving back from Pensacola to Paste. And we get in the turning lane to turn down my street, and we're like, what are all these cop cars doing? And we kind of, instead of turning, my dad waited a minute to see what was going on. There's this hairy ass, I don't know, he's like me and Jeff's build, big, full grown dude, but
full grown. Thanks, I got it.
Not like you, Cole.
It's not a kid.
After him.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a big dude, hairy as hell, looks like Bigfoot, but he's butt ass naked walking down the side of Highway 90.
You, Cole.
It's not a kid.
Cops are beating him with their fucking nightsticks, and he doesn't even feel them. And he's just stiff arming them into the street as cars are driving.
He got a superpower from taking the vaccine.
I'm telling you. But no, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And stiff arming them into the street as cars driving. What the fuck is going on? Watching the cops try to stop this guy. He was clearly on drugs. But that was crazy. So I at least somewhat relate to the weirdness of seeing someone just decide they're going to be naked.
That's the thing. I
could have been weirder if he'd have locked eyes with you. Why the cops?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy was on a mission.
So I had to process this.
He's walking forward, and he's just there's nothing else in the world. He is just walking.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
So
cops are beating him. He's not even turning his head to look at them.
Nice. I had to process this the whole way home, and it's a 45-minute drive. If I'm lucky, an hour with traffic, and I'm just what the hell did I just see? So when I get home, I text my wife because don't text and drive, kids. So I was driving. I totally texted her. And I was like, look, you never believe this shit. This is what happened. And her first thing was, is she okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. Thank you, honey. I made it home. I'm safely. I'm fine. I didn't have a heart attack.
Yeah. So most people that do crazy shit like that have some mental health issues.
Oh, I mean, that's where I immediately went.
Or they're high out of their mind.
Yeah.
Probably because
you're in Pensacola. It's probably a mixture of both.
Yeah. Yeah. Because literally took her shirt off and then took her bra off and just flung it into the street. And then she started actually taking her pants off. And I was like, okay, this is not happening. I'm not fucking watching this. But I had to keep looking that direction.
You should have just went right.
I guess I could have. But yeah, just in the moment, I was just wondering what the hell I was seeing. It was just one of those like unexplained things.
You said it was 9th and where?
9th and Cervantes, basically, like the Walgreens.
Well, Cervantes is notorious.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. See, I was thinking that too, but I mean, I didn't see any other evidence. So other than
she was just giving a free shot, so guys knew later on to come back there that night.
It was horrible, dude. I felt I was so gross. I came home and like took a shower, and then
but you got a story now, and you didn't get hurt. You didn't die. You got a little scarring in the eye tissue. But...
yeah, it was. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep tonight, so we'll see. Apparently,
we got more scary stories.
I was going to say, apparently every time we have these podcasts, I don't sleep anyway. So I was just preparing myself for the rest of the evening. So
speaking of, I want to set a date. When are we sitting down and streaming Phasmophobia?
Well, Jeff needs to, stop being a jabroni and playing Xbox and get a real computer, and we'll do it, man. I'm ready. So
is that cross-platform? Because that's on Xbox.
Xbox is cross-platform. I don't know if that game is or not.
I doubt it because it's an indie Steam game. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know.
I haven't even looked it up. I don't know. I mean, I've seen people play it. I just haven't seen them.
Colby just doesn't want to play.
Yeah, your computer isn't good enough, man. Sorry, you don't have the video card to push it. I don't know what to tell you. You gotta have at least 3 people to play it. So we're SOL.
I'll just come over here and comment
on Emily's computer.
Oh yeah, Emily does have a computer I can play
on. No, she streams on it every day. I don't know what to tell you.
She's out of town.
God damn it,
Chris Molnar.
God damn it, no. Chris Molnari or Monar?
Yes.
Yeah. We played Old Republic together. He had a character named Twerkin Boobies. That was his character's name.
He's got a TikTok, and he bought one of those toaster hot dog cooker things. 1 million likes.
You're kidding me.
And all he does is say, "Oh, I bought this. Let's see how it works." Turns it on.
Ding.
They pop up. End of video. 1 million hearts.
That's crazy.
1 million.
That reminds me of what is it? Legs or hot dogs? You guys have seen that, right? That's from like years ago.
Yes,
dude. Oh my god, that shit was so good. I haven't talked to Kristen forever.
The dress?
Oh, okay. Hold on. First of all, if anyone here, and I don't mean just here on the stream, I mean anywhere on the internet, wants to fucking tell me this dress is white and gold, you come to my house and you fucking show me where the white and the gold part is, because that goddamn dress is black and blue, and I will fucking go to my grave.
If
you see white and gold, if you are white and gold, you are fucking blind.
I think my kids and my old lady, they both. Dude, I mean, all of them. They say it's gold.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I go to my grave believing. Like, if you put a white border around the picture, okay, you can show the dress and the white border at the same time. And I tell because my wife sees white and gold, and I'm like, point to the white part, and she's like, it's right there. I'm like, that's blue. What the fuck are you talking about? and I point to the white border, which is literally like, it's as white as it can get. Right?
Yeah, like a few pixels away.
It's 255, 255, 255. Okay, Brian knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is white. What you're seeing is blue. And she's like, no, it's white. I'm like, it's just an overexposed picture. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Like, if you cannot tell that dress is black and blue, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. And the dress actually is black and blue in real life, by the way. So the people that see white and gold are fucking blind. I swear to God, like the first time she showed it to me, she was like, hey, this is white and gold, right? And I'm like, I didn't even know what the options were, right?
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I'm like, no, it's blue and black. And she looked at me she looked at me like I was trolling her. And I'm like, you're messing with me right now, right?
The first time I saw it on Facebook, I was like, there's no way that people actually think this is white.
What about
what is it?
Yanni or Laurel? Remember that shit?
Yeah.
What did you guys hear?
I can't remember now. But I hear it every time I listen to it. I hear the same thing.
Your mind basically makes a decision the first time you hear it, and then you can't unhear it. Like, it's called the McGurk effect, I think. So it's the same principle that bad lip reading uses.
I think I hear Yanni.
I hear Laurel, and it's just weird. Really? Yeah, it's so weird.
I can't remember. But whatever it is, it's different. I mean, I've asked my kids, like every time something like that comes out, my kids, because
it's really crazy because like this whole time, like what if what I perceive to be the color of the sky is like fucking red to other people? You know, like what if my version of blue is Brian's green or
Yeah,
something?
like,
Because
I
you
never-
have
no
Whenever
idea.
that dress
you know?
thing came out, I was like, what other shit is like we see in day to day that's different
Like,
for people?
This
Because it's not like you go up to somebody random and be like, hey man, what color's that sign?
Like, what I see as yellow, like if I'm like, hey Colby, this is yellow, and you
it could be
see
blue
colors
to me.
differently.
Yeah.
We're both going to agree it's yellow, even though we see something
right.
different.
It could, yeah, exactly. And it's like how it's kind of the whole thing about how people say like, oh, you can't tell the difference in 4K and HD, and it's like, then you're fucking blind. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, like I don't know what to tell you, dude. Okay, it's 6 times the resolution.
My wife and I were picking out flooring like 2 weeks ago, and she's looking at carpets, and then there's this.
It's a good story.
So it's a piece of plywood.
Are we talking about your wife's carpets? Good thing she's on the house.
Yeah,
anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. There's like 4-inch swatches.
4-inch what now?
Carpet. Yeah.
Leave you out of the story. This is about Emily. Go ahead.
Oh, Colby. So
hey, I've had 16... a beer or half a beer, as you would say.
Oh my god.
I've had 2 mixed drinks in them.
I'm just gonna keep interrupting him until he actually gets the story out. So
yeah, I
just keep talking, Brian. Go ahead. I'm just gonna keep up the whole time.
There's 16 of these panels. Fuck you. 16 of these panels. I'm looking at it and I'm like, why did they cut this one piece of carpet into 16 pieces? Because to me, they're all the fucking same.
So they were different colors. They were different colors.
Yeah, she's like, no, these are all different.
She's like, this one is seal's fur. This one is like charcoal. This one, and it's like they just make up words like coast is not a color. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck is that?
But she's like, no, like, which of these 3 do you like more? And I'm like,
they're all the same. Yes,
they're the same. Just pick one. I'm okay with. And she's like, they're not the same. They're different. I said, if I bought a random one of these 16 and put it in our house and then asked you which one of these 16 it was, you couldn't tell me.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I couldn't. I'm like, then they're the same.
Then it doesn't fucking matter.
Just pick one and go with it.
Because at that point, it's just different samples from the same box. You know, how they have different patterns and stuff, you know?
Yeah. But blue is blue.
Women,
is blue.
right?
Like that.
Who knows what's going to set them off? Fucking white and gold, black and blue. What's going on here? Anyway, dude, the whole
I did not condone Colby's perspective on that.
You
guys direct all your hate at him.
The whole black and like the dress thing. Like you and I, like we talked about this.
We worked together when that came out.
We talked about this like 5 Pensacons ago, dude. Like I mean, it's been a minute since this thing came out, and we were showing people, you know, at the con, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's white and gold," and we were like slapping them. We were like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Where is it white and gold?" And they couldn't tell you. Yeah. They'd point and be like, "That's white." I'm like, "That's blue, you blind fuck. How are you seeing white and gold? Where's the gold?" And they're like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Well, then where?" Dude, I used to get so pissed with that shit.
We need to do an experiment and find someone that has never seen that picture and zoom in all the way where all you can see is blue.
There's no one that has never seen that picture.
Yeah.
We got to make a new one.
Yeah. But zoom in all the way to where you can only see blue. Like it's so zoomed in on the picture, you can only see the blue area. And ask them what color it is, and then
it's basically like the blue.
Zoom it out and see if they're
the blue above my head. It's like a real soft, muted blue, but it's blue. It's not fucking white, and the black certainly is not gold. Like,
well, that behind you is purple, sir.
Well, no, purple's over here. Damn it, it's just impossible.
It's all
purple's that way. This is blue. What
it's
the backwards. Hell? It is totally backwards. Oh wait, no, you're right. It actually is backwards because my camera. I had to flip it again, so now it's double backwards. So wait, then I guess it's just normal. Yeah, it's normal. Anyway. Okay, so for the colorblind in the audience, what Jeff is wearing is blue and gold, okay, and it's white, okay, but there's certainly no black on it anywhere.
That's yellow, sir.
Yellow goldish.
Yeah, come on, dude. That's maize if it's anything. Okay, since we're gonna make up colors, let's just use what Michigan says and like, oh yeah, it's not yellow, it's maize. Fucking idiots.
Maize.
Just because they've won the most football games in the history of college football, they think they know something about football. Jackass. By the way, podcast episodes, I usually just kind of talk about stuff that makes no sense. So, welcome to that portion. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, we need to. Oh my god, dude! I'm glad tomorrow's Saturday because I'm expecting this second dose to just like I get out of bed like horrible at the best of times. You know, like I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I'm 40. I feel like it. I got 2.5 hours.
Do you do the
of
system
sleep.
checks when you get out of bed?
Oh yeah. I mean, come on, dude. Like everybody does the system checks, you know? So it's like, dude, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and guys, when they're sick, especially when they have like head colds, are the worst. Like women can handle it because women are built to take like pain and stuff. Men aren't. And like I cannot be sick. And luckily Janine is working tomorrow. So before I come over and bring that computer to you, by the way, I should be over there 1-ish or something if that's cool with you. I know you said the afternoon was good. Anyway.
Yeah, whenever's fine.
All right, I got it right here.
My plans for tomorrow are to do yard and not have
speaking
a heart attack.
Speaking of being old and hurting yourself, yard work is whoever invented it needs to be shot because it's horrible. It's a horrible invention.
Wait, go back to the system checks when you wake up. What are you talking about?
You don't know the system checks?
You don't know what the system checks are?
You're over 40 and you don't know the system checks?
I'm not over 40, asshole. I'll be 40 this year.
System
okay,
checks,
so you're 40. Well, you're yeah.
I'm 39. Okay.
Well, count the 9 months you were alive. Technically, you're over 40. Okay, fuck off.
All right. System checks. I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I have to work. And then
he loves his job, everyone. Yay, Sprint / T-Mobile, wherever he works these days. I don't know.
I love my job actually. So
yeah, there you go.
That.
Yeah,
but
we'll edit that out in post. They won't see it live.
Yeah, I sit up out of bed. I sit up and I sit at the side of bed and I'm like, okay, my legs work, my back hurts, and like I just gotta make sure everything still works. And that's like my check engine lights are going off because my neck is fucking broken.
You do a different system check than I do.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like something way more like private than making sure you have knees and elbows. Like,
I get up and go pee.
That's what I'm saying. Like twice a night, dude. Wait till you turn 40, Brian. Wait till you turn 40 and that prostate gets about like that, and you're gonna be loving life, dude. By the way, I get to punch you now since you both looked.
That's not below your waist, sir.
Well, it normally would. It normally would be below the waist, but I'm sitting down, so it's
You're
relative.
Not that tall. You're not that tall.
I'm 6'1". I'm as tall as Brian is.
That's why he does his hair like
when he wears his high heels.
You've never.
No.
When's the last time you see? When's the last time you see me in public? I'm 6'1.5", motherfucker. Shut up.
Yeah, is that to the top of your hair?
Yeah, that's why I do it like that.
Gotcha.
The headphones bring it down though, so it equals out.
That's my system check, so because it's a little better now that we've got a new bed, but yeah, when I wake up.
What kind of bed you get? As weird of a question as that is, I'm in the market, as it were.
So
what'd you go with?
This is actually an interesting story.
You can come check it out and test it out tomorrow. While he waxes you.
Well, Emily's not there, and he already waxed his pinball earlier, so he's round 2, I guess.
Fuck, which one did we get?
It was like Serta.
Was it one of the in a box, like purple or?
Yeah, it was
Casper Ghost mattress.
I think it was.
First
Casper.
of all, how are you gonna have Casper on the market and then make another company and literally just call it Ghost Mattress? Like I'm not ripping them off at all. You know, like it's Casper Van Dien.
You open it the same way.
So actually, funny story. It is Casper. So we got the
Casper, the friendly mattress.
It's 2 full-size like twin beds with the like adjustable strap that fit together to make a king, but we can do our own adjustments.
Yeah, I know how beds work. Yeah, so keep going.
We ordered it.
Jeff is about to fucking crack up right now. Dude.
Yeah, we ordered it right when the pandemic started, so like March last year, and if you guys remember anything from around that period, shipping was delayed terribly everywhere. Well, after like a month and a half of FedEx trying to find the mattresses, because they couldn't find them anymore. Like it just kept updating every day telling me it was going to be delivered today, and then it wasn't. And anytime I asked them where it was, they couldn't find it. So at one point, they finally admitted they lost it, told Casper. Casper sent me 2 more mattresses.
You told me this, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So then... And Casper shipped the new ones like priority, like super fast. So like 2 days later, FedEx guy shows up. He has 4 mattresses.
Why didn't you call me, dude? Hey, man, your mattress came in.
Well, so
little did you know that Oprah was at the door, and you get a mattress, and you get a mattress.
Yeah. I call Casper and I tell them, hey, FedEx said they lost these. You guys ship me new ones. The old ones came with the new ones. I don't want to, like, I just want to make sure I'm not getting charged for these. How can I get them back to you? They're freaking huge. And they're like, we only show an order for 2. Like, I just want to make sure I'm not getting charged 4. And they're like, we don't see those other 2. I'm like,
you're like, well, I do. They're sitting in my living room.
Do I need to send them back to you? And th're like, well, we only see 2. So
and they're like, what mattresses? And you're like, never mind.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, are you sure? She's like, yeah, there's nothing here. So I've got 2 mattresses in our closet, new in the box.
Fun story, Brian.
When I leave, you'll have -2.
Jeff's like, I know a guy who can take care of that for you. Don't worry about it.
So while it took like almost 3 months for the mattresses to actually get here, when
you break it up, that's less than like 3 weeks per mattress, on average. Yeah. So that's not bad.
Yeah, and it was a killer deal.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna step away just for a second. You guys keep going. Be right back. I gotta get the kid to sleep.
Well, anywho,
we need to go bowling.
Yeah, we can go next Friday.
Mainly so I can play more Deadpool Pinball.
Yeah, I think I've only played it once, but it was fun when I played it.
I enjoyed it. It was kind of interesting being in there because it was the first time I've been to an arcade in a long time and nobody was in it.
Yeah.
Like nobody.
Well, you went during the week,
It was after. Well, yeah, I guess I started before school hours or school got out.
And plus, I forget this week they've Friday, got that FSA stuff with all the schools. So,
what's FSA?
It's like the what did we have, the FCAP when we were coming up, like that.
Florida Standardized Assessment or something.
Yeah.
I hate those things.
Yeah, man.
So NFTs.
I was going to get you to talk about the Mandalorian pinball.
Well, I want to tell Colby some stuff about that too. But NFTs, I think I'm going to get into them. So Sega is supposedly getting into the game and they're going to have some like Sonic the Hedgehog stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when a lot of the gaming stuff starts to hit, just knowing how like the pinball collectors and arcade collectors are and how much money they will spend on games that like quite honestly aren't worth what some of them are selling for in the used market. There's a lot of potential to make money there, and I'm going to try to
just wait until Pokemon gets into it.
Oh, dude, game over.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So,
I know nothing about
what's
Pokemon. The NFTs, like the trading cards, like that I do with the Top Shot.
Mm-hmm. No, he's actually
but I've never watched an episode. No, nothing. The character. I mean, I could name I can't name Pokemon.
Get that bitch some Charizard. Bitches love Charizard. I know that. That's all.
But see, I've never I don't know what they are. If you showed me a bunch of different Pokemons, I think I would know.
I know
the
Pikachu,
pink one.
But I think that's it.
Pikachu.
The pink one. Yeah.
Pokemon.
No, Pikachu's yellow.
Pokemon. Yellow. Anyway, you see, I have no idea.
Brian's like, actually, Pokemon is plural. Jedi is not a word. Actually.
Getting wife points for correcting him because my wife is addicted to Pokemon.
Yeah, I know nothing about it, but I know that people are
stop the stream. So
and if I can make money,
thanks.
If you can make money doing it, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares what it is, what you're selling? It's just it's just dollars.
It's just like the basketball. I could care less about NBA basketball, but I'm making money selling cards. So.
An example, okay? Pirates of the Caribbean pinball. That game when new costs, depending on what model you got, somewhere between like $9,000, $11,000. New. Brand new from the factory. Used, they are now selling for over $20,000. And this game just came out like 5 years ago.
Sorry, I was responding to chat.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Jeff's son won't stop spamming the chat, so I finally gave him what's for.
It's my daughter.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
She's just on my account.
Gotcha.
She will beat you up. Literally.
She probably will. I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, here's the thing, Steve. Like, that was Kevin Hart. I almost got beat up by a 60-year-old woman today at a bus stop. So there's no telling what, I mean, so
I love how like some old woman's minding her business, like taking off her clothes because she's covered in ants or something.
See, I think Colby's
excuse me, sir.
The truth a little bit. I think it was like a hot 30-year-old.
That's the thing. The whole time
he changed the story. He's like, I can't just say I was sitting there just staring.
The whole
at this
time
hot
on the way home, like this is how bad of a person I am. On the way home, I wasn't worried about like her mental state or if she was okay. I'm like, why couldn't she be in 25? The whole time. Like that's what I was thinking of. And I'm just like,
why couldn't she be hot?
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good.
I thought Colby was be like, no, there was no ants on her, and then I was gonna be like, well, you sure were looking pretty closely then, weren't you?
I damn near could have touched her, Brian. Okay, it was.
Oh, she was that close?
Yeah, I was about 10 feet. Okay, I embellished that part. She's 10 feet away. Okay, I'm not Mr. Fantastic.
That is actually kind of close.
But it was just so weird because, like, when you turn your head to look to check traffic, you don't expect to see just some saggy tits swinging around. Like you expect to see cars or no cars. It's not something that is. It was just so out of place, and it was just.
Did I ever tell you about the kid on a bicycle that T-boned me?
My Civic never had so much horsepower in its life. When I fucking got in that thing, dude, I turned the Econ off and the VTEC kicked in, and I was. Yeah, dude.
You turn the Econ off and the AC off. That way you get that extra boost.
Well, it was starting to get a little warm, so I couldn't turn the AC off. I mean, you know how Florida is. You know how Florida be. But yeah, it was weird.
Always delicate.
Yeah. Yeah. Clearly. I mean, come on. You think I wake up like this? Anyway, you were telling a story about Pokemon or something, Brian.
Yeah. So what I was saying, the NFTs, Sega is getting into them. I feel like if they're getting into it, you're going to have other game companies getting into it. And any of those companies, especially ones that have been involved in the arcade industry, I feel like if they're getting in, if they all start getting in, I'm going to start ordering NFTs to sell, because I've seen used arcade and used pinball prices are like stupid right now. So, and that's where I was talking about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, so NFTs and used arcades are related, or you're saying you're going to use the money from the NFTs to buy
Sega? Okay, the company has said they are going to start doing NFTs. If Sega starts doing it, I'm sure that other video game companies are going to start doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
If they do, I'm in, because video game collectors are crazy with what they will spend. And I'm one of them. I have spent stupid money on stupid things, and I know it's stupid, but if you love it, you love it.
So wait, okay, hold on. Let's talk about that. Why do you say that it's stupid? I don't think it's stupid at all. Isn't that
hang on. Stupid?
Sitting right behind you, is that not literally like the exact same arcade machine that your wife used to play at the local skating rink in her former place of residence?
It is.
So tell me how that's a stupid story. That's an amazing story, dude.
It is an amazing story, but the difference is this was $800, which is less than what it was new.
Sure, but I mean, I've sold you several guns over the years that I tripled in value, and you paid for them. So I mean, what's the?
That's okay. My friend ripped me off then.
No, I didn't.
But yeah, I know you did.
I didn't.
But there are people. I shouldn't say stupid amounts of money, but people will pay more than what something's actually worth.
Here's the thing.
To them, it's worth.
I was gonna say, something is worth whatever someone is willing to pay for it. Period.
Exactly, but that's what I don't understand is with some of these games like the Pirates of the Caribbean, it's less than 5 years old.
It's not a classic.
Yeah, it's like,
well, to some people it could be. Maybe it's nostalgic for the ride or something in Disney World. I mean, you don't know. But yeah, I see your point.
But I mean, there's still how much of those that are out there.
How much are those going for?
New when they came out. About 5 years ago, they ranged, depending on model, from about $9,000 to $11,000.
Right, which is about that's a little bit more than an average pinball machine, correct? Normally they're 6,000-7,000, right? 5, 6, 7.
Depends on manufacturer. From that manufacturer, that's normal pricing.
Okay, so there you go. So what are they worth now?
Yeah, it's a Jersey Jack. On the used market, they are selling for over $20,000 right now.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: at least they can at least that can be in your room and be a physical, like tangible collectible. You look at these these Star Citizen players, and I'm one of them. There's literally a pack on the website that you can spend. You can get every ship in the game. Take a guess how much it costs. Every ship in the game.
For the every ship pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 grand.
Higher. More than double. $27,000 for every ship in the game.
So let's talk about something.
Have they sold any of these? Do you know?
Oh, sure. Yeah, they have.
Let's talk about the Yacht Club.
It's called the Legatus pack. Okay, and it is $27,000, and it has every ship in the game minus a couple of like really like niche like promotional ships that you can only get for certain times, that kind of stuff. One dude bought it. There's this one guy that is in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, has spent well over like 45 grand contributing to the development of this game, and he has actually sat down and had lunch with the main developer, Chris Roberts, who I know, Brian, you're familiar with the Wing Commander games and all those. He's the inventor, the creator of this game. So yeah, I get it. There's some people out there that just don't give a fuck, and they're just like, yo, I got the disposable, income. It's here, take
Dude,
it.
I play like Sea of Thieves and shit, and it's hard for me to break off $10.
Totally, I get it.
And I love that game, and I'm just like, fucking $10, dude. It's a dog.
Yeah. So Brian,
summon to your ship.
So Brian brought up the Yacht Club earlier. So the Yacht Club is and I can't really say how I know this, but the Yacht Club is an exclusive club in Star Citizen that when you spend over $1,000 towards the development of the game, you get access to what's called the concierge. It's the certain part of the website. Yacht Club is a Discord that you are invited to once you've spent enough, once you've broken that threshold, and you want to talk about something.
We know about it.
You want to? Well, I've watched their live streams and stuff on Twitch every Wednesday at 8, by the way. But they're very cool. You want to talk about some of the coolest guys I've ever met in my life? Completely approachable, and they give away during their streams. They just give away ships and vehicles and all kinds of stuff, and they raid other people's streams. It's a ridiculous amount of money to spend on a video game. You're basically buying JPEGs, as was what the meme is referred to. Like you bought another JPEG, because some of the ships don't even exist yet. A lot of people buy ships that are in concept, and there's one called the Bane of Merchantman that's been around for it's been in concept for like 6 years, and it's like, when's it coming out? No one knows.
Yeah, and it's like $1,000 ship.
It's $450, but still, think about that. $450 for a spaceship in a video game, for one ship. It's not like you're paying $15 a month and then you get access to all these ships. And let me clarify. You can buy all of these ships in game. When you purchase the ship with real money, you are technically contributing to the development of the game. The problem is they have realized
the game will never come out.
Exactly. They have realized that humans are horrible creatures and cannot control themselves. So they are now they're in a prison of their own funding model. They've pivoted and they're no longer making a game. They're basically making ships, and the game that they're developing is basically just a little sandbox to show their ships in that you bought. So
right.
It's crazy, but it's a thing.
I want that game to be finished.
We've played it before. You and I have. I shot you in the knee and you bled out.
Like Mark, the
you were doing great until you took a shotgun to the knee.
Yeah, asshole.
It was funny because
Mark Hamill is
it was
in
funny.
it.
I was like, "Hey Brian, look at the snow effects," and I moved my cursor off of him to shoot the snow so he could see the snow bounce up because of the physics and stuff. And I forgot I had a shotgun, so I actually clipped him anyway, even though I wasn't aimed at him.
Literally, Colby's begging me to play this game with him. I had played it before, but I'd never played it with anyone. He's begging me to play.
You're acting like I was banging down your door and shit. Come on, please play. That's basically what happened.
You were begging me. He makes me follow him to some ice planet. No, I don't even follow you. He makes me ride in his ship to some snowy ass planet off in the middle of nowhere.
You're acting like I planned this.
We get out of the ship and then he tries to move the ship after I get out of it and lands on top of me.
And
I almost died.
That never happened. You have no proof of that.
Yeah, it did. But I almost died. Or no, it wasn't you moving the ship. You.
To be fair, they had just implemented this new feature called hover mode, and if you didn't level off, it would turn into like a hovercraft and just keep going. So I didn't know that because the patch had just come out, and like I tried to land, and I ended up doing like a rolling landing, and then like Brian runs out, and I'm like, what the hell happened? And I moved the mouse, which tilted it back, and I ran right over his ass. Yeah. Anyway.
So I barely survived, and then he's like, "Man, look at these snow effects! Like even when I shoot in the snow, like you can see it." And then he shoots me in the fucking knee.
Well, I moved it like 3 feet off of him so he could see it, but I had a shotgun, so I guess I clipped him with a couple of pellets, and it took him like a good 3 minutes to bleed out. And I'm like, hit C, use your med pen. He's like, I already used my med pen when you ran over me, and I was like, well, what are you gonna do? And then he dropped his rifle, and I took it because he died.
Yeah, and then I never played with him again.
Yeah, I keep texting him. I'm like, hey, when are you going to play? They got some new features and stuff. And he's like, yeah, last time was kind of rough. I don't know.
I don't trust you.
Well, hey, to be fair, that was in 2019. That was like my first week playing. To be fair. I'm a much more accomplished Star Citizen player now. So don't worry. It's the bugs that'll kill you in that game. Okay, it's the elevators that'll kill you. and the physics that'll kill you.
You've had Yacht Club training then.
It's funny you mentioned that. Yes, actually, we will get together in game sometimes, and like one of the like really like competent dogfighting instructors will get in there with you, and they'll be like, okay, this is how you lead a target, this is how you strafe, and how you do this stuff, and they will actually like teach you how to play the game and like how to spend more money, and I mean how to be good at dogfighting.
That's their MO.
Those guys are
This is how you spend money. What's your credit card number?
No, those guys are really cool. Anyway, that's my spiel about Star Citizen.
Most online games, like there are fun groups of people to meet. There's also some people that are just assholes. Like I've stopped playing Heroes of the Storm, but I was pretty competitive in that. And
no, that's the like
it's a
Blizzard, like World of Warcraft, like sort of where, like it's kind of like
it's like League of Legends, but with Blizzard characters
Dota,
from Warcraft and Starcraft and whatever. But that is like the saltiest player base of any game I've League of Legends.
Yeah.
I've literally been the MVP of a match, and the entire time they're like, "Oh, you fucking suck," and I'm like, "I've killed 17 people and died 0 times. You've killed 1 person and died 9 times.
I'm carrying you."
Yeah. And but yeah, it's like no matter how good you are in that game, the people are just everyone sucks. And some games are just like that. Like communities within certain games are just wild like that. But I think it's like all the people that aren't good enough to play League of Legends because I'm not good enough to play League of Legends, and so they're all just angry so easy. That they suck.
You just click buttons, you just type stuff.
Nah.
It's hard as fuck.
Not at the level that I know those my friends play.
Those pro players and stuff. Are you like? I don't. This is something I always like bitch about. I don't like the term esports. Like I don't think esports exist. They're like you can't just. They're just video games. You know, you can't just make up a word and say like, okay, this is video games now, right? Like, I don't like that term, and it's not because I don't want them to be included. It's just it's playing League of Legends is not a sport. You're playing a fucking video game, right? I mean, or am I just being like, get off my lawn, you know?
I would say once you get to a certain level, like it is truly, there is a certain level of athleticism involved with like finger dexterity, but also playmaking, especially in a game like that, because you're having to coordinate and just, you have to know what your teammates are going to do and trust them.
Is chess considered a sport?
I would consider that I don't
know, because if it's not, like and the esports is, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah. That's kind of what I
consider chess. People that are really good at chess, like highly intelligent. People that are good with video games, they may be socially awkward and shit, but
their reflexes are
really
stupid good,
and they know how. You know, it takes a lot of skill not like physical skill,
I mean,
but
it takes
Yeah, it's a different type of
takes
skill.
a finger dexterity.
It takes a lot of mind thinking and planning things out.
Mind thinking.
I'm huge in
ladies and
sports,
gentlemen.
like physical sport.
Yeah.
But I also respect people that are really good at video games.
Well, let me clarify. I don't mean to say that they're not good at what they do. They absolutely are. But I'm just saying, like, I don't like it when like some kid like gets an esports scholarship to go to college and play League of Legends. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to like do the tournaments and get sponsors, that's totally cool. Like,
so
dude, if I was good enough,
thing.
I'd fucking go to tournaments and get paid to play video games. Absolutely.
Right.
Here's the thing too. Do I think that someone should get a scholarship because they're good at football?
Yeah, I know. I hear you. I hear you.
What does football have to do with going to school to be a doctor?
Well, football.
Nothing.
Okay.
Many of them are.
Football makes money for the university. Football makes money for the football pays for their literally the rest of the entire athletic department. So you got to understand, like, it's
you're going to school to get a degree.
Right.
And
I get it.
There's not a degree in playing football. There's degrees in health science and physical science and whatever, but
sports management, all that stuff. Sure.
The whole concept of scholarships is crazy because like college football, college basketball, all of it is just a marketing gimmick to get people to want to go to that
those guys
school
are
and to buy their gear.
All those kids are being exploited and stuff, and it's like
only
the top 1% get to go.
Paid.
You know,
I think all
it's going to happen eventually.
Players should get paid.
The problem is it's a very slippery slope because it's like, where does the money come from? Because you got to understand, like, and I know you do, but I mean, like, in general, like, one has to understand most athletic departments actually lose money. Only 20 athletic departments nationally actually make money. Like, not everybody's Alabama or Ohio State or, okay, fine, I'll throw Florida in there. And it's like most athletic departments are funded purely from football and men's basketball. No other sports make money at all, period.
Yeah.
And I look, is it right? No, but it's reality. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, that's just like the. I hate saying this. I mean, I've got daughters, and I encourage them to play sports. But it's like the female, professional basketball and softball and soccer. They bitch and complain about not making as much money. You're not bringing in as much money.
Yeah,
that's with any profession.
I can see their argument, but at the same time, it's like, look, it's supply and demand. You're not. Look at this year for the NCAA basketball tournament. You guys probably saw it on social, but like there was this big stink because like the women's like weight room facility had like some yoga mats and a couple of like dumbbells and stuff, and the men's, this is basketball, was full, workout gear and everything. And it's like, and I understand their argument, and they are right. It is bullshit, but it's also, it's like, it's the way the world works. Like, money drives everything, and it's if you're not going to make any money, you're not going to get anything in return. And I mean, I hate saying that, but it is what it is. It's the way the world works.
And you said this is a college.
Yeah.
See, I see their complaint though. Yeah, they know that the college men's sports, makes the money.
Yeah.
But as the university, they still need to divvy that money up and give them the same
absolutely
opportunity.
This was horrible. This was horrible. It was literally like 5 yoga mats and like 1 rack of like dumbbells. And it was like, come on, guys. Pissed. Like, I mean, like you can't. And then like there was like 100 full bench presses and leg press machines. And this is basketball. It's not even like this wasn't a football weight room.
Yeah, that
level of crazy is just like sexist.
But like when it comes to professional sports, like the NBA has really nothing to do with the WNBA. They don't share revenue.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're different. They're different companies.
Right. Yeah. So
nobody goes to WNBA games.
You can't play for the WNBA and be like, well, I want, their money. Well, you don't play for.
Fortunately, not as many people watch.
Right. Yeah. It sucks.
And I know a lot of women that would rather watch men's professional sports than women.
I want to make the same amount of money as Joe Rogan. We're podcasting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just not
with our 4 viewers.
We had 5, but I think 40 went to me.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's just, that's how the economy works. So, I mean, be as fair as you can. But I honestly, I think college is a racket at this point. Like, it's not what it used to be. Colleges are much more
Barney
concerned about making money
and
being popular than they are anything else.
So he wants to talk about Dogecoin. Actually, Courtney just bought some Dogecoins.
To the
yesterday or
moon,
day
dude.
before.
That shit is lit right now, dude. I
Wait for
cannot
tomorrow
believe it,
whenever
dude.
Elon gets on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Talking about it.
Do you know who this Barn Dog USN is? Barney.
Yeah, I know who this piece of shit is. Yeah, if he doesn't get out of my chat right now, yeah, he works with me. He's a fellow Star Citizen player too, so I'm sure he'll have a lot to say about Star Citizen.
So
Not
here's
really.
the question
He
for
hates
you,
it.
Barn Dog. How much money has Colby actually spent on Star Citizen?
No one knows. I don't even know.
It's the great mystery.
Yeah. How many Dogecoin?
Barney says moon. Yeah, dude. Dogecoin has really surpassed what my largest expectations for that.
I regret when you and I were mining Zcash and stuff. I remember you and I talking about Dogecoin then and being like, "Have you seen this coin?"
Yeah. You couldn't really mine it effectively then. You couldn't really mine it. You had to basically just trade it. You had to basically just, either convert something to it or buy it yourself, but you couldn't really mine it. Now that they come out with a miner for it, it's like, man, I wish I hadn't sold that shit. Cause even if I had like my old rig, I mean, I had, some 1070 Ti's, which I think your computer now has that one of them in there, and Emily's machine does too.
Yeah, it has one of them.
And it's, so I mean, they've gotten those cards have definitely gotten their use. I mean, they've been around. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Barney had one of my 1060s. I think he resold it. So, that's living the dream, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, those cards,
it's an incalculable number for how much money I spent on Star Citizen, according to Barney. Yeah. It's not that bad, dude.
And he's not done yet.
Well, actually, I am, dude. My fleet is.
There's a reason why he bought his mic on Amazon.
My fleet is done, dude. Like I've got I've got enough ships. I've put in what I want, and plus I just buy everything in game now because it's just.
When we
easier.
watched you play Star Citizen the other day, and you were like, "Yeah, I felt like I was watching MTV Cribs." You're like, "And this is my ship that costs this much real world."
Well, remember though that
90%
of the ones that I have in game, I've actually bought in game. I only own about 5 ships in real life, so.
In real life.
Well, sorry, with real money. Yeah, because
when I get into the game, like Lawnmower Man, it's really good.
My F-22 and F-35 are over here. Those are my real ships that I own in real life. So, yeah.
But anyways, with Dogecoin, I remember when we were mining.
Barney says more than 3K, less than 5K. Yeah, no, dude, I've not spent anywhere near that much, dude. Not even close.
Yeah, it was more like 10.
No, his guess was much higher. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But I remember having Zcash and being like, man, exchanging Zcash for Bitcoin, and I had some Zcash left over, and I was like, maybe I should trade it for some of these really tiny, like I think Raven Coin was one of them that was really low, and Dogecoin was really low. And I was like, maybe I should trade it for like a bunch of these because it was like $0.0001 is what Dogecoin was worth back then. And I just imagine if I had bought like
10,000,
I don't know, however many thousands. If you had
spent $1,000, you'd have 60K now, right?
Yeah, because it's 60 cents a share right now.
Yeah, so
coin,
it'd be insane.
Really do it.
Yeah.
So,
but also like just thinking about like what Bitcoin has done, I never expected it to boom the way it did this year. Well, like I thought we were seeing a once in a lifetime thing when it hit like 12,000 when we were mining.
I had to go to the ATM on Monday, and I was near work, and I stopped by this gas station, and they normally have an ATM there, and I go in, and it's right there, and it's not an ATM anymore. It's been converted to an actual Bitcoin machine. Like you put your
oh my god,
yeah. I looked at the guy, I'm like, what is this? Because it's physically an ATM machine, but it had like new software and stuff, and he's like, oh, it's Bitcoin. Because when you first get there, it's like here it shows you the value. So I hit the screen and it's like $68,000, and I'm like, that's not right. And wait a minute, I haven't put my card in yet or put my PIN in. What the hell is going on? So I'm thinking, damn, did someone stay logged in? Can I withdraw anyway? It's like enter your phone number to continue, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I realize it's like buy and sell Bitcoin here, and I'm like, oh my god, it's happened. Like it's a thing now. Like Bitcoin actually has a use, because the whole time it's just been fake currency. Like no one buys anything with Bitcoin.
Well, they were wanting
other than other coins.
One of the guys, I can't remember his name and the story behind it. I watched a documentary on it. one of the original Bitcoin guys that was trying to push it when it was new was
You mean Elon Musk?
No, it wasn't Elon. Obviously, he's done very well for himself. But
well, there's a theory that he's really the one that's behind it, like that he's the guy that actually like pushed for the development of it.
Oh, I don't know.
I think he's an alien from the future.
He is, totally is.
He's weird. But this documentary, like I remember it showing footage from when Bitcoin was new and they were trying to like really push it and make it a thing. That there were like weird ATM things that they were putting places where you could convert things. So maybe it's like the new version of one of those. But think about being Elon. Okay. That dude can get on Twitter and be like,
he could change the world.
Diapers are awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and next thing you know, people are going to be TikToking, dancing around in fucking diapers. And
that's already a thing, man.
Stocks are going to go through the fucking roof.
But yeah, it's like, when you have that level of power, like that's.
Well, it's kind of scary.
Insane.
Like,
yeah, totally.
I would be having like a crisis if I had that level of influence. Like, I'd be afraid to say anything on social media because anything I say
dude,
is going to
get on there and be like,
fucking world.
You guys got any gum? And then it's in, like I would not know what to say at all, dude. Like I would be so scared.
Shoots to $20,000
around, like talking to people and thinking like how dumb people are.
Oh,
like,
dude, come on. I mean,
this person's a fucking idiot.
Everybody who's that successful, like they have to like look down on normal people. Who are like, why are you so dumb? Why aren't you rich?
I just imagine,
why don't you have money?
If he were to come across this podcast and be like,
who the fuck are these assholes?
Like these guys are fucking morons.
Elon, if you're out there, we need some sound equipment, please. And I wouldn't mind driving a Tesla if you have any spares.
Speaking of Barney, I've told him within the next 3 years, like I'm setting a goal. I did it. I started about 6 months ago, but like I'm setting a goal. Like I'm going to own a Tesla within 3 years, and it's just my personal thing. And I just
hopefully from this podcast.
Well, yeah, honestly, I don't care where the money comes from. I don't care if I sell my Star Citizen account. I don't know. That might cover it, actually.
I almost sold my car last year to get a Tesla. And the only reason why I didn't is I want a truck to move these big ass fucking machines around.
You're in luck because for $100 you can put a deposit down on a Cybertruck and
yeah, well, Mr. Elon, when those actually start getting made, then maybe we'll do business. But I actually think
I'm sure he's just waiting. I'm sure he's just waiting for your call. Plus, Jeff, I don't know what you're doing with your arm, man, but like it's moving a little bit. And for the last 10 minutes, I'm like, is he rubbing Brian's back? Because this whole time, it looks like you're just like, it's okay.
It's okay.
Colby's gonna shut up, and Brian will be able to talk any minute now. Brian,
and you got a meaty chest. Thanks, man. Squeeze it again.
Anyway, speaking of Panthers, let's talk about that. So, Friday Night Lights. One of my only book I ever read in high school. Really? Fact. One of my favorite TV shows of all time. That show was so underrated. The acting, it's crazy because like the show, not the movie. The movie was all right, but the show, the show I'm talking about, phenomenal. It's weird, and it's weird saying this, but you'll know what I mean when I say this, and this is not a slight. The football in that show is the worst part of it, and the football is good. The character development, the stuff that these kids go through and their parents go through, and all that stuff. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen, and it was criminally underrated. Yeah. It was definitely all right. Off my soapbox. It was definitely probably the best sports TV series ever made. I mean, for a series wise, I can't think of a better one. Yeah, I can't either. Can
I say one more thing about crypto?
Yeah, for sure.
So, thinking about it from a business perspective on whether you should accept Bitcoins as payment, I wouldn't. And the reason for that is
fluctuation of value, maybe?
Yeah, because the Bitcoin you give me today could be worth 10 times more tomorrow, or it could be worth nothing tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Like I could lose thousands overnight. Yeah, I could gain thousands overnight but it's just like, too, but
it's just like the stock market. It's no different than that.
You can't afford that type of risk.
Yeah, totally. Well, plus, it's also stupid that how volatile the coin is when your fees that they set on the transaction are set, right? Let's say it costs, it doesn't matter how much, like whatever the fee is, let's say it's half a Bitcoin, right? Well, half a Bitcoin in this year could mean $5. Half a Bitcoin now could mean $30,000. So it's dumb that like when you use a transaction, like the fees are not even, sometimes are so, that makes no sense to trade in it because you're using so much for that. And the fee needs to be a set amount in dollars, not a set amount in Bitcoin, you know, because people are never going to adopt it. You're never going to be able to like swipe a Bitcoin card if the price is so volatile because it jumps around too much.
I'm still of the opinion that Bitcoin is worthless.
Well, have you ever seen that meme where it's like the kid goes up to his dad? He's like, "Hey dad, for my birthday, will you give me a Bitcoin?" And the dad's like, "What do you need for $17,562? $18,500 is a lot of money. I'm not giving you $13,400 because it changes so much, you know." And it's like that's exactly how it is.
It's a decentralized currency that is backed by the U.S. dollar.
Well, it's not really. I mean, it's not backed by it. It just converts into it. I mean, the U.S. dollar is worth nothing too. Again, it's all worth whatever people are willing to.
Yeah,
you know,
it's only worth as much as people will buy it for.
Yeah,
and right now with businesses not accepting it, it's only worth whatever people value it in U.S. dollars. So it's like I feel like it's failing its mission statement.
I do think crypto in general though is going to be. I mean, is the future though. But what sucks is like too many nefarious people are using it for stuff that's just like you know. Not BitLocker, but Crypto Wall and stuff like that, like the ransomware attacks,
Silk Road,
and it's ridiculous because they're using it for something that it wasn't really intended to be used for. But of course, people are always going to find a way to, never let a crisis prevent people from making money. You know?
That's what that guy was getting in trouble for. Actually, is he was having conversations with the guy that started Silk Road to try to like get Bitcoin to be acceptable there, and like they had a lot of deals going on and conversations that the government did not like because Silk Road was known to be a place that you were buying illegal shit.
Okay, let's get off of crypto and back to Tim Riggins.
Sorry, yeah.
Because I feel like Marvel missed out on a huge opportunity to make him Gambit. Because, you know, he was...
I've got to look at the picture.
You know who they've been talking to for like 10 years?
What's the name?
Tim Riggins. I don't remember his name.
His name is Taylor Kitsch, and it's
Taylor Kitsch.
It's hard to spell.
Now type in Taylor Kitsch Gambit.
Yeah, he's Gambit in the horrible Wolverine Origins movie. That's why you don't remember Brian, because you blacked it out.
No, they've been talking to Channing Tatum. I remembered him as Gambit, but God, they were terrible.
Yeah,
they've been talking to Channing Tatum for like the last 5 years to be Gambit for the MCU.
Yeah, and he's like all for it, isn't he? And he's the one that approached them.
I know he wants to do it.
I don't know if he can pull off the accent.
Yeah, the Cajun. Was it?
Remember in the 90s when they were gonna like the early 90s when they were like thinking about doing the X-Men, like Patrick Stewart was always gonna be Professor X, and like Schwarzenegger was gonna be Colossus, and Jean-Claude Van Damme was gonna be Gambit, you know, and it was like, dude, that would have been so
fucking loved
it would have been so horrible, but it would have been so great at the time, but it would have been so 90s, you know, that like 90s aesthetic, you know.
Well, just like Schwarzenegger for Mr. Freeze. I mean, it's so cheesy, but it's so good.
You're not sending me to the cooler.
He made so much money on that movie compared to everyone else. Yeah.
Even Clooney?
Yeah.
Wow.
If I remember correctly, he was by far the highest paid cast member of that movie.
Sure, I mean
that's like Danny DeVito as the Penguin. I think he did a hell of a job. He looked just like a fat penguin.
Yeah. I'll go to my grave. That's his best role.
Yeah.
Give me a better role than he's ever done. You know.
Chester Copper.
No, Chester Copperpot's from Goonies, jackass. It was
it's Goonies.
It's God. See now you're making me dumb. You're taking all the smart brain cells away from me. Buck.
Chester Copper.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Like, where's he going with this?
Don't look it up.
Is that a Goonies reference?
Oswald Cobblepot. God damn. Hey, trivia. Who plays Oswald Cobblepot's dad in Batman Returns in the very first scene when Baby Penguin is put in his
one-eyed Willie?
How do you fuck that out?
Because
I got a one-eyed.
Hey, wait, what did you say?
Who in Batman Returns, the very first scene when Penguin is born? Who plays Cobblepot Senior? Who plays his dad?
Tim Burton.
No, close.
Oh, Pee Wee Herman.
Incorrect.
I can't remember his name.
Paul Rubens is who was what we're looking for. Yeah,
yeah.
Pee Wee shows up. I got a kid. No, no. God, that hurt. That hurt.
It was Paul Rubin though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. He's also
Which plays Pee Wee.
He's also the Penguin's dad.
So
he's also the Penguin's dad in Gotham. Yeah.
Guys, I'm so obsessed with pinball, but I want a Pee Wee Herman pinball machine.
I used to love Pee Wee when I was a kid.
How badass would that be? Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Every time the ball hits the thing, it makes the little laugh sound.
God, imagine playing fucking pinball and like Pee Wee's just fucking with you the whole time.
His little stupid ass laugh.
Yeah, and then you like your ball.
Even his movies were great.
Your ball
man.
goes into a secret hole, and it's like you've been arrested for public.
Dude, I tell you what, you talking about being scared? That large Marge bitch.
Oh, dude, scared the shit out of me.
Scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like every time I watch that movie, I loved the movie when I was a kid. I would like.
I rewatched them a couple weeks ago,
eyes.
and they are just as good as I remember as a kid.
Yeah.
I like Big Top.
My brother and I watched the circus one more when we were growing up, but I Big Adventure I think is the better movie.
Yeah, that was.
I've actually never seen that one. That's the recent one, right, on Netflix, like a couple years ago, right?
What's that?
Oh no,
Big Adventure.
Sorry, Big Adventure is the regular one. Which one came out on Netflix like a few years ago?
I never watched it.
I didn't either. It's apparently funny. I've never seen it.
I mean, he's still like I seen him, I guess, a couple years ago when he first came back as P-Way. He still looks good. I mean,
he looks exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I wanted that damn bike when I was a kid.
That bike was so.
Ready Player One when they
awesome.
showed it in the back when they went into the. I was like, "That's his fucking bike."
Dude, that scene.
The only one to notice it.
That scene by itself when they go into that warehouse is fucking full of stuff.
Oh,
it is.
I mean,
so great.
I noticed
so much stuff in that scene.
I was one of the first ones that noticed. What's his name? The mayor from Back to the Future.
Mayor.
Yeah,
Goldie Wilson. Yeah,
that is
the poster. Yeah,
without a doubt the most plausible movie ever made.
Yeah, it's filmed in the future, and then they brought it back.
It's more plausible than porn.
Speaking of, have you guys seen this thing on? It's on Discovery Plus, which I guess is like Discovery streaming thing, and it's called like Expedition Back to the Future, and it's like this special where this guy he contacts Christopher Lloyd and he tries to find the original time machine. Dude, like the original one from the movie. Brian, you would love this, dude. It's like a documentary / quasi like movie where Christopher Lloyd plays literally himself and Doc in the thing. It's really, you should check it out.
Oh, nice.
So they go to this diner, and the mayor, the guy who plays the mayor, is their waiter, and the dude's like, "I'll have a ham with mayo," and the guy goes, "Mayo!" Like, it's so funny, dude.
I like the sound of that.
Exactly. Yeah, dude, you guys should check it out. It's pretty funny.
The mayor was actually one of the what's the word? He presented one of the Chwippy Awards, which is This Week in Pinball Awards.
Oh, okay.
No wonder it's an annual award show for pinball stuff, but the mayor was one of the like people that presented an award. So now everyone's like, "Oh my god, they're gonna make another Back to the Future pinball machine." And
I have that machine on Xbox.
Yeah,
Jamie, you have the pinball machine on Xbox.
Yeah, he
like
sold it.
Balls.
He sold it about a year ago because he was asking me if I was interested in it.
Is Jamie the one that I look like, or that looks like me? I guess
you guys could be related.
No, dude, I've seen him on Facebook. And I'm like, we look nothing alike, dude. No, I mean, we're white guys.
I don't even think it's just like you look like him, like your mannerisms.
Yeah.
Yes.
The way
he sounds like a really smart guy. I probably get along with this guy. He sounds like he's really cool.
He's a nice guy. Jamie's awesome.
Jamie's cool shit.
I meant because he was like me, guys. Jeez.
And he's such a generous.
No wonder you didn't get it.
Like, cooler than you.
Of course, he has a fucking house full of pinball things. I mean, sorry, full of pins. Yeah.
I mean, he has opened his home to complete, like me and you were complete strangers.
Pinball things. I mean, sorry, full of pins. Yeah.
He's a nice guy. Always cooks for everybody.
We definitely want to. G and I definitely want to check that out when we.
Well, Courtney went
drop off
this
camera
last
somewhere.
time for the first time, and she's like, "This is awesome."
Did you see her on?
And she's not into games or anything like that. She had a good time.
Did you look at where Courtney was on the tournament?
Very last with Carly.
She had 0.
The Keep Dreaming team or whatever the hell he called it.
Nice.
It's fun.
Or try harder. Try harder.
Yeah. Try harder next time team.
I was surprised I did as good as I did.
Yeah, you were
like right in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, you weren't far behind where I was. I thought I did better than what I placed, but I didn't. There's a lot of
Kobe, you'll have fun.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. I suck at pinball, but
you'll have
fun
to
experience.
When you come by tomorrow to mess with the server stuff. You'll have to claim my pin.
Cool.
Check it out. So I can actually say I'm better than you. You're gonna end up being a fucking pinball wizard, and I'm gonna be pissed off.
Someone should make a song about that. Pinball wizard. That could be a good.
They
beat.
should make a pinball machine. Oh, they did, and Jamie has it.
Yeah,
he does. He has the Who pinball.
The Who pinball machine. Dude.
You know what's funny? John Borg, which is the playfield designer on Turtles, is the playfield designer on the Who.
No shit.
When I was over there the last weekend. What?
Who?
John Borg.
Who?
Borgie. Fucking Borg grains.
Brian has no idea. Me and Jeff are just having our own conversation over here, and Brian's like,
I don't
what?
fucking. But no, I was playing over there last weekend. I was like, this playfield layout on the Who has a lot of the same
eerily
shots
similar
that
to the Turtles.
It's next time we're over there,
Yeah, I have to check it out.
think about it.
What's cool is when you're playing the pinball machine, if you do like these certain shots, these blinders come up over the flaps.
The flippers.
The flaps.
Whoa.
The flippers.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Wasteland.
So look,
Whoa.
Colby, this thing comes out of nowhere, and you get to this mode, and it closes like this to where you can't see it. So you're actually playing.
Oh
blind.
no, dude.
It's sick.
That's
Dude,
cheating.
the first time I did that, and because you're playing, and a fan just kind of spins out
and covers.
I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't know what's going on.
He's a pinball, and it's got the soundtrack going. It's badass.
That game is dope. If Jamie ever sells that, I want it.
He said it's his favorite one, so I doubt he will.
Yeah, he won't. That's one of his favorite bands too. He's making a pinball machine.
Really? Doesn't surprise me.
For his favorite band, his actual favorite band,
which is
I can't remember because it's an obscure band.
Nickelback. I know it.
No, it's I should know the name of it. He's gonna be mad.
Are they like a classic rock band or?
It is Night Crime, Mind Crime, something crime.
Don't
remember.
Maybe I've heard of.
It's a band I've never heard of, but I think it's Mind Crime. But a friend of mine.
I think it's Minecraft. He's thinking of Minecraft.
No, Mind. But a friend of mine's doing all the art for him. Like they've been doing all the art for the playfield.
Yeah.
He's actually making it in his shop.
That's
next time we're over there, ask him to show it to you. Because he's actually got it. Some of the mechanics and stuff are also like he's doing all the art for the playfield. Yeah. And he's actually making it in his shop.
That's
next time we're over there, ask him to show it.
We didn't cover that.
He's awesome. He's a good guy. Really good guy. But anyways, enough about pinball. Oh, actually, one more thing about pinball.
So much for that.
Who?
The Mandalorian pinball.
Yes.
So, I got wife approval.
Hold up your little koozie so people know what the Mandalorian is, because no one's ever seen it.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you actually had it with you. What a fucking loser, dude.
Be one. I almost bought a Mandalorian shirt today.
You use koozies? God, I never had.
Courtney said that she yawned, like made some kind of weird noise at work.
And people are like, "Oh, it's Chewy."
The girl, like in the next office over, came over and was like, she said, "Why are you making noise like the Mandalorian soundtrack?"
Oh God!
Like she was doing I can't even fucking do it.
I know the sound. Yeah, I know the sound you're talking about. It's like It's like one of those. It's like one of those Vuvuzela things at soccer games. Yeah.
And she was doing I guess she stretched and yawned and and
the composer from.
And then she did it for me, like at the house. She's like, "I did this," and I was like, "Holy shit, that sounds exactly."
Yeah. The composer. If you listen to the Black Panther soundtrack, Ludwig Göransson is the composer that did that. Did I say
amazing.
composer? Whatever, composer that did that. He also does Mandalorian. Dude, I've seen. If you haven't seen this, go to YouTube or Disney Plus or whatever, and they've got like behind the scenes. It shows him like he's just in a studio with all these weird obscure instruments, and he's like, "Yeah, I just grabbed this one and like started making noise, and it sounds good. We'll use it." You know, and it's just like, what the hell? Like he's so talented, dude. He's so talented. Yeah, he's got like a different
an episode
ear.
of Star Wars Gallery, which is like a Star Wars documentary on Disney Plus.
I think that's where I saw it.
Like that's just with him.
I think that's where I saw it. Yeah.
He is a really cool guy. And that's really how he did The Mandalorian. He's like, I just kind of went off and spent some time by myself. And after a while, I picked this recorder up and played this tune. And I was like, okay, that's it. And then he played it for Jon Favreau. And Favreau was like,
That's it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, didn't make him change it.
Like no critiques, no changes. Like do that.
He said he sent him the file.
That's like Hans Zimmer. He texted him every major movie ever.
Yeah, he texted him the
he
file,
he
and
played it for the
Favreau was
crew,
on his phone.
And the whole crew was like, "Holy crap, this is Star Wars!" And which is saying something because John Williams' score is the Star Wars score. Period is, in my mind, one of the best musical masterpieces.
John
ever.
Williams is the best casting of all the Star Wars films.
Yeah,
period.
Like in film, in anything, like it is some of the best pieces of music ever written. And to come into Star Wars and produce a new score
that's
that
just
is
as
so
iconic
different from John Williams, but is immediately like I hear that music and it's Star Wars. And that, I mean, John Williams is big shoes to fill. Like I don't think there's any bigger shoes to fill in music right now. I can't wait for more Mandalorian. But what I was going to tell you, Colby, and everyone, is I got wife approval to buy that pinball machine when they reveal it next
Adios 401k, huh? You're just going for it.
I don't know where I'm getting the money yet, but I know I'm getting the damn game if it looks good. If it looks good.
You need to do.
Know.
You need to do.
I already know it's gonna look good.
You need to do an unboxing. We need to do a live stream with it, like the unboxing or the uncrating, I guess.
Jeff, I know you've seen it. Colby, I don't know if you have, but have you ever seen a pinball machine that has two play fields?
Two play fields. Like it's double, like it's double
you
wide.
Have the main play. You have the main play field. And you can't see your hand.
It's like a double.
Yeah, you have the main play field, and then there's like a smaller play field that's like on a second level that might have a ramp that goes up.
Yeah, sure.
And it's got flippers up there too.
Supposedly, the Mandalorian has an upper play field that spins.
Hold on.
360 degrees.
Remember a few weeks ago when you had like ghosts in your house?
Yeah.
That just happened to me.
Someone just say something behind you.
Dude. Okay.
Holy fuck.
If I can see myself, dumbass. if I don't come back, you know what happened to me. Avenge my death. That was freaky.
That was really weird.
Maybe it was
night when we were
maybe it was that
recording.
lady on the street corner coming to take what's hers.
It's Jenny from the Applebee's.
Colby's gonna like wake up and like in the middle of the night, he's gonna be like, put those away. Talking about her.
Yeah, we get it. Lady. We get it. You know, I don't need the visual.
Yeah. But anyways,
visuals are right here.
Supposedly, it has an upper play field that spins like 360 degree rotation while you're playing. That has its own flippers.
That's crazy. How does that? I don't even know like how that.
I don't know how that works. It'll be a first time ever thing in pinball.
And you know, Baby Yoda's got to be in that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know, but supposedly, and it makes sense because
Grogu's ears are just the flippers that hit the thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they do so much weird stuff with magnets now in pinball.
Wow.
Like, there's Bram Stoker's Dracula has a pinball machine. There's a magnet underneath the wood that is on a track that can move around, and so in certain aspects of the game, like that magnet will turn on and move the ball around like all crazy, as if like Dracula's doing fucking magic to it. I could see them doing something like that and it being the Force with like Grogu like moving the ball around or something. Dude, that would blow my mind. I'm so excited to see what they've done. But historically, every Star Wars pinball machine has sucked balls.
The episode 1.
They're all Star Wars.
Episode 1 was not horrible. That's the only thing episode 1 that's actually good. Other than the pod racing game.
That's because that game is a clone of Attack from Mars. It's not an original pin.
Did not know that.
They took or it's Revenge from Mars. They took Revenge from Mars, put different stickers on it, and put Star Wars music in it. But it's another game they repurposed to be Star Wars, which is why that one is good.
Yeah, okay, that explains it then, I guess.
Yeah. So I should say every Star Wars game but that one sucked. And most of that is because licensing is just so expensive. Like by the time they pay for rights to use the voices of Mark and the fucking Chewbacca voice and Harrison Ford and
Right.
Carrie Fisher and everybody. Like, they've spent so much money on just paying to be able to use Star Wars that they have no money to put
To make
like
the game
any
good.
toys in the game. And supposedly with this one, Disney was like, take it. And so it's got original audio clips from I can't can't remember his name. The
James
oh
Earl
my god,
Jones.
he's in the
Mark Hamill.
old Marvel or Arnold movies. Apollo Creed.
Oh shit.
Carl
I can't
Weathers.
think of his name.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah. So, he's got like original audio supposedly in the game where he's going to be like taunting you and calling you out and like narrating what you're doing and what you need to do in the
That's
game.
cool.
They've got assets from the show. So, like on the LCD screen, you'll be playing through some of the episodes from, I don't know if it's season 1, season 2, but I'm sure they'll have some original stuff in it as well that they probably filmed exclusively for this.
I'd go on a limb, probably 10-1 that Gianna Carrara is not going to be in it.
I don't know. There's actually rumors that they're bringing her back.
Are
they?
Yeah, they
good.
Not, I think they should. Brian and I talked about this a little bit on the Marvel reaction. We talked about how James Gunn was fired from Guardians 3, and then they're bringing him back. I don't think someone should lose their career for something over that, something like that.
Well, and she's in my opinion, she didn't say anything bad.
She didn't say what they wanted her to say. So she, and it's like there's,
Well, that's like actually Ryan Reynolds is sort of getting pressured right now to make nice with Disney because he's never been on good terms with them because Marvel wants to do Deadpool movies and Disney is, I think, on the fence because they haven't worked well together in the past, apparently. So I've been seeing some headlines on that, but it's different. Like, if you go rape somebody together, you do something crazy, like you should be rotting away in a prison cell. Like,
it's not like she killed a man. She said something unpopular on Twitter, and it's like, raise your hand if you've done that. Well, Twitter sucks. I don't use Twitter, but the point is like everybody. She didn't do anything wrong.
And also, like, I don't even remember what it was she said, but like, how many times have you said something and someone took it out of context?
Well,
and I'm not saying that's what happened with her.
The whole thing was about, you know how like everything's like the last 5 years, like the whole gender thing has like really changed and all that stuff. Gender pronouns are really a big period of contention and stuff like that, or point of contention.
Right.
And someone on Twitter was like, why won't you? Because the whole like craze now is to like put in parentheses what your preferred pronouns are, right? So if I did like if my name on Twitter was Colby, I would have like he/him, so people would know to refer to me as he, whatever. She wouldn't do that, and people were like, why won't you put your pronouns in parentheses? And she's like, I don't need to, I'm a woman, you know what to call me. And people are just like, whoa, what? Like it was nothing. And then it was just so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
So as a whole, it was so dumb.
It's one of those things where, like, I'm glad that features like that exist so people can use them if needed.
Absolutely. But don't force it on other people,
Don't force what you believe on anybody.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
I'm kind of the same way, I guess. Like, I don't feel like I need he or him after. I don't care if it's there. I don't care either way. And
like, I get it for like, for example, I'll use Barney's girlfriend as an example. Not that she's a man, but her name is Alex. So like, Alex could go either way. Like, you don't know if you see a person named Alex online and you don't see a profile picture, you don't know. So yeah, that makes sense. But like, Gina Carano, I think people know who she is. You know what I mean? It's
just somebody that wanted to make a stink. And they got
exactly.
What they wanted.
If it doesn't matter who it is, if people aren't getting pissed about something, then they're not happy.
And I want everyone to feel included. Like, I don't look down on anyone. Everyone is equal in my eyes. But you can't force me to.
Right. It goes both ways.
To think
you
a certain way.
Yeah.
Okay, you exist. Okay. Well, you have to call me this. I don't have to do a fucking thing.
Yeah.
At all. You don't tell me what I have to do. I don't care who
Absolutely.
it is. My boss, my wife can tell me to do something, but just a normal person, fuck you, dude. You don't own me. You can kiss my ass. I don't have to do fucking nothing. And I tell people that. And A lot of people get pissed
Yeah,
off.
well, these days you can't speak your mind anymore, you know. And
that's it. Like, and I feel bad for a lot of celebrities
Yeah.
and shit because they feel pressure. Like, well, if I don't say this, or if I don't do this,
if I ever became a celebrity, I'd be canceled in like a day because I don't care. I say whatever I want.
It's like
you know?
that. Yeah. The internet right now is so ridiculous, and there's a lot of people out there that go after people on purpose, and that's fucked up.
Well, that's where the whole Shang-Chi thing came from. So I don't know if you guys heard this, but like the actor that plays Shang-Chi in the Marvel films, this is like his huge like big break over here, you know?
Yeah.
And people were like, well, we got to ruin this guy's life, so let's go look at his Twitter and stuff. And they found tweets from like 10 years ago, just like the James Gunn thing.
So fucking
and
stupid.
people were like, what do you have to say for yourself? And he's like, oh, I was 23. Sorry. You know, I mean, it's like, what do you want me to say? You know, and it's like,
if the internet
it's so
existed when I was fucking 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I would have said some dumbass shit.
Dude,
I
don't know that I could.
When I was in my early 20s, because I was drunk all the time. Who knows?
I don't know that I could have made it through high school. Like, if I were in high school now, where everything is like you have to have your phone all the time, and like you have to have your Insta followers and your Twitter followers and all that shit. Like, there's no way I could fit in high school now because like all of the bullshit that kids care about nowadays is so irrelevant, and the stuff that people argue about is just so stupid. Like, we want to argue about real shit. We want to argue about pinball cabinets
24/7
and star citizenships and football. That's what we're going to argue about. Nothing else.
But no, dude, could you imagine, you know, at Gulf Breeze, especially, we both went to high school.
Yeah.
If Facebook was a thing.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
I remember seeing people taking selfies, and I was like, what the fuck is a selfie? You know, like, it was all new then. It's like,
right.
Why are you taking a picture of yourself?
What is this? What is this? What is this
you know
word?
What, I mean? Like,
what is this word? You're taking a picture, like selfie. What the fuck is that?
Selfie. What the fuck is
And then now it's an Elsie. If someone else takes it, it's like, oh my God, dude, like shut up. Like, stop inventing words, you know?
One of my friends calls it a Wi-Fi if it's a group photo.
Oh my God.
I don't call it shit. I say taking a picture.
Yeah.
That's just like when the tic-tac-toe symbol became hashtag.
The pound symbol.
Tic-tac-toe symbol either.
Well,
speaking
of which, I'm gonna make a complete fool of myself. But I think it's hilarious that like, oh God, I shouldn't say this, but fuck it. So like you know the Me Too movement. Okay, it needs to bring to light all of this bad stuff that's going on, right?
Right.
But it is hilarious to me. I think it's so ironic that a guy in my generation doesn't read it as hashtag Me Too. They read it as pound Me Too. And that's not a great name. Okay. That's not a great name. And they need to rethink it.
I think it's the best name. What are you talking about? I'm
just putting it out there, and you should have thought of something else. It's like in Big Bang Theory when they were trying to figure out their they were trying to figure out their superhero names, and they were talking about the X-Men, and then Wolowitz was like, "So Sheldon, are we going to be your X-Men?" And he's like, "No, X-Men stood for Professor Xavier. As I am Sheldon Cooper, you will be my Seamen." And people were like, "Oh, that's not a good name."
So terrible.
Yeah, it's yeah.
You just got canceled. You don't even know.
No, dude. I said it was a good movement. I said it needed to be a thing. Okay, it's just a horrible name. That's all I said. You guys are
I always like the one hashtag free your nipples. Free nipples. Those are fun. Look those up.
No thanks.
Colby will never type that because he was a victim today too. Supplying their nipples.
Yeah. God damn it, Brian. I had just about forgotten it, and there they are.
Like, were they so saggy like you couldn't see the nipples?
He's pulling the image up in his head.
No, I'm trying to think.
I want him to deep thought into this.
I'm trying to think how to word it.
You're gonna offend people.
No
matter how you say it.
The 6 people watching?
The skin tone did not lend itself to being able to.
It'll be viral tomorrow when everyone shares it and says Colby's insensitive and blah blah blah.
Who cares?
Colby might.
Hey, I'm recording.
Fucking fight me.
I'm recording the whole thing, so if they take me out of context, I can be like, "Here's the entire clip." Okay. So
people don't have time for that, though. They just want to.
That's true.
Bitch
by then, they've already canceled me.
So,
I think that celebrities are misusing their platform whenever they talk about politics.
Yeah. It's like, no, don't nobody care what fucking Meryl Streep thinks about politics. You know, you want to be a Democrat? Fine. You want to be a Republican? Fine. I don't care. Like, just fucking leave me out of it and don't like go to your conventions, but don't like, you know, knock on my door and be like, hey, you gonna vote Democrat? Or you gonna vote for the racist? I'm like, that's not like, wait a minute, what now? Yeah, it's like celebrity should not use their they should use their celebrity isms. They should use their fame for good and not for like just yeah, exactly. It's like you're not important. No one cares, you know?
Yeah, they are for entertainment purposes. They get paid to be entertainers.
And I say that like with, you know, for anybody that is, you know, quote unquote famous, like you were talking about Aaron Rodgers earlier. If Aaron Rodgers won some award or something, they go win the Super Bowl, and then he's like, you know, go vote for whatever, and this other like, dude, you're a fucking football player. Your opinion on this topic is no better than my neighbor or anybody else. And unfortunately, we live in a society where famous people, for whatever reason, are worshipped as
they're put on pedestals and stuff and all of that. And they're they're just people, you know. Most of them are just regular people. Like when we meet them in conventions, they'll talk to you and sit down with you and stuff. You've had a double cheeseburger with fucking Constantine, you know. I mean, I have. You were there too, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what didn't get brought up? Politics.
Yeah,
I don't doubt
Acting didn't even come up. We had to explain to him that it was Whataburger and not Waterburger, because he's like, "What the fuck is a Waterburger?"
We kept talking about the honey butter chicken biscuits, and he's like, "Well, biscuits over where I'm from is a completely different thing."
Yeah, they put biscuits and gravy over there, and it's like they put brown gravy on cookies. They're like, "This is fucking disgusting," and it's like, "No, dude, you're not even close."
Do you know what? So kind of a random offshoot here, but I found a Facebook page that I joined called what's it called? Pub Blokes or something like that. But it's an Australian and English page where it's just people posting pictures of their food at pubs in Australia and England.
That's cool.
And every single freaking photo is a chicken parmy or chicken parma. They argue on if it's a parma or a parmy, which is just a freaking chicken parmesan, which apparently is the most famous pub food you can get in freaking Australia and England.
What?
No shit.
Not fucking fish and chips, not, you know, bangers and mash.
It is
none of that
chicken
shit.
Parmy.
So the whole time is this like a Chinese food situation where the whole time we're thinking we're eating authentic British food and it's fake? It's like not even real, you know? Like it's a joke.
Apparently,
you know?
like I went and did research on it because I was like, I don't understand why this is such a thing. Like, it's not a big thing here. Why is it a big thing in freaking Australia of all places?
They don't have chickens a lot?
No, apparently America brought the chicken parmesan to Australia and it was a huge hit there.
Nice.
And it's been like the #1 pub fare.
It's like the Renaissance,
for
you know, for Australian pub fare. Have you ever seen?
But
so it's not like another shrimp in the barbie. It's every chicken on the parm.
I'm going to show you
Austria.
pictures.
Well, good day, mate. Have you guys seen Ted Lasso, the show on Apple Plus where the American football coach gets hired to go coach soccer in Britain?
Chicken parmy.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy's got a steak.
Badass.
Damn, that looks good. Chicken parmy. Chicken parmy with avocado on it.
Eee.
That's wow. Chicken parmy.
Avocado toast has made its way to Australia, huh? So the millennials have finally taken over, huh?
I can't tell what that is. Steak. Chicken parmy.
Jesus, that thing is fucking
But like,
huge.
Yeah, that's all they eat. They get a giant, I'm talking like this big chicken parmy slathered in cheese and avocado and all kind like.
Go figure. Like we're the reason that Australia is going to start being fat.
Yeah. I've never seen.
Well, we never had any quarrel with them, so it's time to slowly get rid of them. You know, like if Americans aren't fucking people, we're not happy.
Here's the other thing I noticed. You see this brown sauce?
Yeah.
Where's the other?
I'm over here just staring at you two guys,
any.
trying to look in the reflection of your picture to see this food. You know.
So, in Australia, do you know what they serve their French fries with?
Is it like
Barbecue
like
sauce?
French fry and gravy like Canada? Like Canada, with poutine?
Brown sauce.
Enlighten
Like
us.
from the toilet?
No. So ketchup is red sauce.
Brown sauce is like
Brown
A1?
sauce. I've got some in the fridge actually. You can try.
Oh, is it Worcestershire?
It's like it's somewhere between ketchup and A1.
Oh, so it's Heinz 57. That's what that is.
No.
Ketchup and A1 is Heinz 57.
It isn't.
It is.
It isn't.
It isn't.
Then brown sauce is not ketchup and, and steak sauce. That's exactly what Heinz 57 is.
Yeah. No, it's somewhere else in
They
there.
add like one
I've
more
got
drop
some in
of
the
steak
fridge.
sauce.
You can
It's
try.
like now it's brown.
Do you have a chicken parmy? Try
I don't, but man, some of those
hold on.
chicken
Slow
parmies
that
your
shit
roll.
made me hungry.
We're a
We
chicken
gotta-
parma fan.
Hey, we'll be
okay?
back. Keep the 6 viewers entertained. We'll be back. We're gonna go to Waffle House real quick.
God, I haven't had Waffle House way too long.
So anyway, back to my story before I was interrupted by your chicken parm.
Sorry.
Parma.
It's
So-
parmy.
Sorry, I'm a Parma man. Okay,
Put another chicken on the parmy.
You know, I bet Constantine's eating a fucking chicken parmy right now.
Right now.
He's not.
Smoking
He's
a
not Australian.
cigarette.
He's from like Manchester.
Yeah, but that's what Brian was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's over.
European.
It's over
Yeah.
in England too, or Britain too.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
gotcha.
got to remember, Australia is like the Texas of England, just separated by an ocean.
I oddly understood that. Okay, so good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Speaking of
Nothing like
Texas,
I love Australia.
Barney said, "How about Matthew McConaughey for Texas governor?" I like Matthew McConaughey, but I don't know anything about his political views. So.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know.
Anyway, Brian and Jeff, have you guys seen the show called Ted Lasso on Apple Plus?
No.
Okay. This is one of the best shows I've seen in the last 5 years, maybe 10 years. It is so funny.
What's it called?
Ted Lasso. And
Ted Lasso.
Jason Sudeikis
I've heard of it.
plays Ted Lasso
I like Jason.
of Ted Lasso fame. And he is an American football coach, like the D2 college level, right?
Right.
And Brian, D2 is like teams that Florida play out of conference.
Fuck you. Alabama's playing all these cupcake teams every year.
Anyway, Barney over here is cracking up because he's a Buckeye fan, and we all know what happens to them. Anyway, where was I?
Yeah, they get ex-Florida coaches and actually do good.
Exactly. Ted Lasso. So he is an American football coach, and he is hired to go coach an English Premier League soccer team, which is Premier League is the highest level of football over there. We call it soccer. And he goes, I was making a joke earlier about how I think the chicken parm thing is like, or the Chinese food is fake over here. Like it's not real Chinese food. He goes and he goes over there and drinks the tea that they give him. And he's a big redneck. And he's like from like, I think he's from Kansas or something, but he sounds like he's from the South. And is Kansas in the South? It doesn't matter. It's Midwest, whatever. He goes, y'all got to be kidding me. This is garbage water. This is fake, right? Like as soon as I leave, you're going to be like, this tea is disgusting, right? This is gross. And the people are like, no, it's delicious. We love it. And the whole season he tries to drink it and he can't, and he like spits it out in people's faces and stuff because he thinks it's water. Dude, like you need to watch this show. It is so good. I've never seen a show in which every character has a perfect like arc all the way from start to finish. It is so good.
And what's it called again?
Ted Lasso. And it's about soccer.
Ted Lasso.
It's about soccer, and I don't really care for soccer in general, but it's
Correct.
more. It's sort of like Friday Night Lights. It's more about the people. The show is so funny, and it's got really good, just drama and story. We could totally do reactions to it because I would totally watch that show.
I watch Young Rock.
No, I haven't.
Not yet.
That's
No.
good too.
Yeah. We'll get back to that. Have y'all seen Dave?
I've heard of
The
Dave,
movie
but I've
Dave
not
with the
watched it.
president.
No. TV show
No.
on Hulu. Little Dicky, the rapper. You know who Little Dicky is?
No,
Oh my God.
Yeah, I do.
He's a Jewish white rapper.
you would know.
Hilarious.
That's your system check.
What does
He
that
created
even
a
mean?
TV show called Dave, and Dave's his real name. Little Dicky is basically a joke about how small his dick is.
It's not a joke.
But he created a show, and it is freaking hilarious. It's on Hulu.
How long is it?
Definitely gotta watch
the show.
it.
Not as...
I think it's like 7, 8 episodes, maybe.
I mean, like 30 minutes, an hour, or
I think it's like
Brian's got a huge climax. The end is explosive.
He's I think it came out right before the pandemic, so it'll probably be a little bit before season 2 comes out.
So that's okay. That's how Ted Lasso was. It's on Apple Plus, which is kind of like one of the streaming things that exist, but it's not as popular as Netflix or Hulu or whatever. But you guys need to watch it because it's so funny, but it's also just a really good show. We should definitely do some reactions to it because it's just such a good show. It's hilarious. He knows nothing about soccer. He's never coached soccer his entire life, and they hire him as like a publicity stunt, and it's really good. My wife and I watched it. Like, it's 10 episodes. We watched all 10. We like turned it on one night at like 7 p.m. and we were like, we can't stop watching this. We watched it till like 5 a.m. dude, or some shit.
Yeah. My dad is actually from England, and my grandmother makes like the most badass tea ever. Like, and it's always some fancy ass tea.
Is it sweet?
Like Earl Grey, or
it can be.
Like, not if they just add sugar after it's cold.
It's
like
Jeff's like, that's not sweet tea.
It has to be hot and then mixed with sugar.
A proper English tea is served hot, and then you add your own sugar.
Listen to him. A proper English tea. Like, put your pinky down and
Dude, I've got Yorkshire tea, which is where my dad is from, on the counter in there.
Yeah, like, but you've got some weird fucking beer in your refrigerator too.
Yeah, that Mexican hot chocolate beer is
good. God.
Mexican hot chocolate beer?
Yes. I was like, I'll try that. I like chocolate. I like chocolate shit. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal shit that you've had.
I mean, it's for an
since
extra,
I brought Bud Light over here.
I want to go get a beer. I want to go get a beer now.
I was like, yeah, I'll try some of that. I like hot chocolate. I like candy. I'm fat.
No, not like hot cocoa, like Mexican hot
whatever. So spicy. I open it up and I take a sip and I'm like, that's not too bad.
And then it hits you.
I take another sip and I was like, man, this tastes like water that somebody put some fucking coffee grounds in. I was like, this shit's nasty, bro. And I brought it in here before we started filming, and I took a sip and I was like, Brian, I can't drink this shit, dude. He's like, I won't be mad if you pour it out. Dude, it was bad. God almighty.
You had to wash it down with some Natty Light.
Yeah,
I could not go to a liquor store and buy a beer that I've had before.
Yeah,
I'm really weird. I'd get some every week you're here. I've got something different.
And it's all heavy, thick shit. I want some of the light that you could see through.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that hoppy IPA shit. I can't. It's too bitter for me.
I can't do it.
Yeah, give me a
give me a lager. In my head, I want to be like one of those connoisseurs that tries all this different.
You're like swirling it around and be like, okay, this is a.
I just don't like it. I'm just like, I'll take a sip. I'm like, man, fuck. I'd rather have a Bud Light.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a bottle of piss.
That's it.
Basically, yeah. I mean, that's what he just told us.
I mean, really, I would if Coke would get me drunk, I would much rather have a soda.
Yeah. I'll say that.
Coca-Cola. Okay, sorry.
As bad as
booger sugar.
Yeah, as bad as Bud Light is, I could drink it all day.
It does. It's not.
You won't even get a buzz. Like it's. I mean, it's yellow and water. I mean, there's nothing in there.
Let me see you take down 12 there, big boy.
In an hour, it'd be difficult. But I mean, over the course of a day, if I drank 12 Coors Lights or something like that over the course of a day, I'd be mildly buzzed at most. I mean, like they don't do anything.
We're gonna put this to the test.
I'm not drinking 12 of those, dude.
Yeah.
I'll be pissing every 5 minutes.
It's recorded. This is news and internet forever.
I could probably drink beer all day without getting sick, but if I'm drinking whiskey or something,
oh hell no.
See, I don't like them.
So someone else has to like be in control of the booze if I start drinking whiskey because I won't stop.
Yeah, we don't need any pickleback shots. We've seen enough penises for the evening. Thanks, Brian.
Whiskey's really weird for me.
What do you mean? You've seen titties?
Was it at Sean
I'm still not sure what those were.
Was it Sean Gill's bachelor party or like him and Teresa were getting married or something? We went over there and he had some fancy ass bottle of something.
Yes.
And they gave it to me to try it. And I'm just like, and they're like, whoa, stop. And I'm like,
that's a $1,000 bottle.
Zach Stewart was there. I was there. Yeah. Derek Schultz was there, I think. It was some type of really high-end whiskey that was like brewed or not brewed, but whatever the hell it is. It was like made in like fucking Asgard or some shit. You know, it's like 1,000 years old. And
Speaking of Schultz,
it was really
I don't
good.
want to cut you. Go ahead, go.
No, you're good.
I think the guy's name, I think it's Eric Schultz that played Rabbit and Super Troopers.
Eric Stolhansky.
Stoltz.
No, Eric Stoltz is a different guy. The guy who plays Rabbit in Super Troopers is Eric Stolhansky. He's from Pensacola. I know his.
So he just moved to Pensacola.
Well, his dad lives here. I know his dad through work. His dad's an attorney, and it's funny because like I saw the name. I'm like, that's an interesting last name. I've only ever heard that name in one other place, and he's like,
right,
Super Troopers. That's my son. I was like, holy shit, really? Yeah. Trivia, fun fact: Rabbit has a prosthetic leg, and I found that out.
Yeah,
by watching
Facebook.
I found it out by watching P90X, if you can believe that. I was doing P90X for like 6 months. This was a long time ago, obviously. And in one of the episodes that he's in there, and he's got like half of his one of his legs is prosthetic, and the guy's like, look, if Eric can hop around on one leg, you guys can do it at home. And I had no idea because it's never a thing in the movies, you know.
But I follow him on Facebook because he came in one of the Pensacons, and I got to meet him there.
Yeah,
do you remember being Pete and Pete's bodyguards?
Yeah, I do. Dude, they liked me.
Yeah.
Brian said, "What's with you and all these celebrities like wanting to be buddies with you?" I was like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, come on. What can you blame him? I mean, look at that face, dude.
Remember when I was sitting next to Razor Ramon and he broke the phone?
Oh my god, dude!
Scott
Razor
Hall?
Ramon. Yes.
Really?
Sits down next to us.
He gave you the Razor's Edge?
Bar.
Yeah, he fucking sits down next to me at a table in the bar, and when he goes to get up, he like kicks the chair backwards from under him, and it shatters the mirror on the wall in the bar, and he just walks away.
He like looked back and was like, just walked away. I'm like, what angle?
I was like,
he saw you guys, and he's like,
these guys fucking thing I've ever seen in my
saw
life.
you, and
I was expecting
he's
Stone Cold to come in the door.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. He's like, you guys are fucking Kevin Hall fans. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Or Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash fans.
Yeah, toothpick in his mouth. He was fucking balling, dude.
Wow, dude.
He may have been a little drunk.
Ric Flair was fucking crazy.
Dude, he was drunk as fuck when he
one of the nicest guys was I can't believe I'm not gonna remember his name.
He was a dickhead, you remember him.
I probably would have. The dude from Cobra Kai.
Lawrence. Zapka.
William Zapka.
Yeah,
William
I was
Zapka?
gonna say Johnny Lawrence. I can't remember his real name.
He was there?
He was a really nice guy. That was right before Cobra Kai picked up.
Yeah. He was outside, right outside the hotel on the steps, and we were all hanging out.
I didn't know he was there. Damn, I should have met him.
We're out there hanging out, and this one chick that's everyone knows who this
we won't name her.
is. But she was like all over him. And he turns around and looks at me. He's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Like trying to start a
get me out of here, please.
And I don't know if he said something to Courtney or what, but Courtney's like, I think he just told me he's trying to get this chick to get away from him. Or something along those lines. But he was cool as shit, man. Just super nice. And you could tell he was a nice guy because most celebrities, would have told her, "Hey, you need to fuck off."
Yeah.
Go away.
I met one of the nicest guys I met at a convention was Henry Winkler, Fonzie. I met him 2 years ago. He's about this tall. And dude, it was so cool because there was a problem with his booth and like it wasn't ready in time, and he showed up and like it wasn't ready. So then rather than like make a scene, which a lot of people would have, Billy D. Williams' agent. Brian knows what I'm talking about. Billy D. Williams' agent, remember from the first Pensacon how much of a douche he was?
Yeah, Billy D was...
You're shaking your head because of how much of an asshole he is. Sorry, I thought you meant because of me. Anyway.
Yeah, no. Billy D., just for clarification, is one of the nicest people I've ever spoken to.
Absolutely, yes.
His agent at that point in time, I don't know if they're still affiliated or not.
I certainly hope not.
His agent was one of the biggest douchebags I've ever spoken to in my life.
Yeah, anyway, Fonzie or Henry Winkler, sorry, is really cool. His booth wasn't ready, but he got there, and rather than like make a fuss, he just shook all of our hands and was like, "Hey, thanks for coming out to see me. I'm sorry this is taking so long." Like he was apologizing to us, and I was like, "Damn, dude, like this dude's awesome," because usually, I mean, they act cool and they're like, "Hey, how's it going? Let's take a picture, sure." But
so
Sam Witwer took my wife's phone and like took a selfie with her because we were like, "Hey, we're out of cash. Well, I want to get a selfie, but I can't." And he's like, "Oh, it's cool. Here, just give me the phone," and did it. And, you know, like most people don't do that, you know?
Yeah. Sam was pretty nice. I actually just paid to get a cameo from him to wish my little brother happy birthday like last
Don't
month.
do that, you know?
And he sent like a 15-minute video.
Wow.
It was like $35 or something.
Which little brother, Kevin?
Yeah. And that was actually a great experience. I don't know if you guys have used Cameo, but it was super simple. I got the video back from him in like an hour.
Really? See, I tried to for my daughter Hayden. She's 13 and she's obsessed with the Hamilton Broadway ever since before it came out. Anything.
If we watch that musical, I will watch the fuck out of that. I love that.
She knows that shit. Every song.
So do I. I'm ashamed to say.
And we're talking like 60, 70 songs. Like, from start to finish, she knows every word from heart. And I wanted to get Lin-Manuel, see if he was on Cameo.
Probably is, and he whelmed on there.
Well, he's not on there.
Yeah,
but that's something I'm thinking.
I've noticed a lot of Disney people are not on there.
Yeah,
I don't think Disney is a fan of it because there's not many Star Wars people, and most of the Star Wars people that are on there are people that are no longer affiliated with Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've gone on there. Like I've seen, like when because I downloaded the app because I was like, it's probably gonna be $250, $300, if he's on there. Well, there's like NFL pro athletes on there, $10,000 for them to tell someone happy birthday. I'm like, dude, go kick rocks, bro. You are not that important. Like, if that shit don't come with an autograph and like a football and a jersey
and a backstage pass to the fucking stadium,
value, but not just for you say, "Oh, Jeff, happy birthday."
Yeah, and they're probably like, "Happy birthday, Jeff."
Yeah.
Like, they just type it in, and all the words they've recorded, it just puts it together. Happy birthday, Jeff. It's like
they're in their smile, like.
Yeah, but I mean, like Sam was really cool about it. I'll have to show you the video, but I mean, he started telling stories about like whenever he first moved to LA and was living there by himself. And he's like, Little Caesars was my life. I'd walk to Little Caesars for dinner every day for the hot, ready pizza. It was the best deal ever for someone that had no money and whatever and was living alone. And told some stories about filming some of the stuff he'd done and recording voices. And it was really cool.
That's awesome.
He definitely like, I was worried. Like, I was like, man, I'm going to give somebody $30 and it's going to be like, happy birthday, bye. And I was impressed. Like, what he gave me was like, and what's cool is when you get the Cameo video, like it gets emailed to you, it says your video's done, there's a link and everything, but you actually like have the option to give them a tip. And I gave him a tip because like he did way more than what was advertised and what I was expecting.
That's really cool.
Some celebrities aren't like that though.
Never even heard of it.
I'm gonna go ahead and start my account since we're down to 5 people now, but we're pretty famous. I mean,
that is actually one of the interesting things on Cameo is there are YouTubers on there and podcasts.
I believe it. I mean, just any way to make money. I'm sure that site Cameo, they make money. So
I mean, they get their cut. But yeah, you should check it out, Colby. I've met some celebrities that thought they were big shit, and I'm like, dude, I get that you've been in some cool stuff, but you're an asshole.
That's how Tiny Lister was. Yeah,
really?
RP, I know he passed away. But
when I met him, he was really cool. That's interesting.
Man, he was a dickhead, dude. I mean, straight up, like. And I'll tell you the story because it's not really appropriate for, how dark he got. But
sure,
I'll tell you off stream. Yeah, he was an asshole. Didn't care for him.
That sucks. Remember, I don't want to say his name because he's on the guest list this year, but there was one guest that like we all were in costume, go up, took an hour and a half to get up to his booth and get in line, all that stuff. And then we get there and he's like, yeah, I can't sign pictures or take pictures for people that are in costume. And I'm like, it's in my contract. And I'm like, dude, you're at a fucking comic book convention. Like, what did you think you were going to, like, who do you take pictures with then? And it was just, it's ridiculous, dude.
Well, I'll tell you one story. And I mean, it was like over a couple hour long ordeal with him, but I was standing there before anything happened. Like I was doing security at Pentagon and I was in the room that they were all in. And there was no people in there, just the celebs. And I'm standing there and I was a huge no holds bar, like
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan.
I used to have that shit on repeat.
And that's like a huge fan of that movie. And I just seen he had a picture. I was like, man, I loved you in that movie, man. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. And he said, well, I don't care what you think. Are you here to buy something?
No way. Are you serious?
Just like that. And I looked at him like, dude, you can kiss my fucking ass. You know,
yeah, dude.
That's me
bullshit,
giving
dude.
you props for being in a movie that, you know, that I looked up to you as, you know, like, holy shit, this guy's here, you know, part of my childhood. And you're going to respond with that, you know? Fuck.
Yeah,
So after that
sucks,
I had a
dude.
bad.
I would have been like, if I was planning on buying something, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that
One of
sucks.
the coolest experience I had.
But that's not even the worst. Like, that's just what happened to me. Like, there's more to the story.
I'm so bad with names sometimes. He was the voice actor for Spawn and
Michael Jai White.
Goliath. No, the cartoon.
Oh. Goliath in the
Goliath from Gargoyles.
Oh. I don't know.
Oh, man, what is David Keith?
Yes, that's who it is.
No.
Keith David. David Keith is another guy.
Yeah, Keith David. Keith David. My wife could not go to Pensacon last year and could not make it over. She had conflicting work stuff, but she's a big fan of his voice acting work. And I told him, I was like, you know, my wife Emily is a huge fan. She wanted me to tell you how big of a fan she was, and I'd like to get an autograph for her or whatever. And he started singing a song called Emily. And he sang the whole song to the entire room, and the room went silent, and everyone just kind of listened to him serenade this song to the whole room.
Did you record
that man
it?
Can sing. No.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you get those special moments.
I was.
You know?
It was one of those things where I asked him I asked his agent or whatever if I could call my wife for him to say hi, and they're like, no, we don't do that type of thing. But then he started singing the song, and I'm like, man, if she could actually hear this, because my wife's a musician, like that would have she would have been in tears. And it was a great song, but it's an old song called Emily. But he was a really nice guy. I think he probably would have been okay with calling her, but his agent was like, no.
Yeah.
And I get, a lot of these agents, I mean, because you got to understand them.
I'm not saying I was mad.
Right. Like we were talking about earlier, how that one man, he probably was a dickhead, but you got to imagine how many people overstep boundaries with these celebrities.
Yeah, they're there to protect them. I get it.
And the celebrity doesn't want to be an asshole and be like, no, get out of here. So they have to have somebody to be the asshole for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but sometimes the guard is too high.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Sean Astin and his agent.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Helped me propose to my wife. Yeah. And they were the nicest.
Dude.
And Sean Astin's a pretty big.
We were there, we were there, and Brian was like, hey, why don't you go? We were waiting in line.
I tried.
Brian's like, why don't you go in front of us? I'm like, are you sure you guys are in front of us? Brian's like, go in front of me, Colby. Go in front. I'm like, all right.
And Emily was getting pissed at me because I was being pushy with you guys, and I'm like, you don't fucking know. I'm like, I tried to do them a favor,
and I had no idea. So
yeah,
it was awesome.
No, it made sense why you guys were doing it. But then there was that other weird lady that was there. That's
she's
like,
I always go last.
I always go last. I go to all of his conventions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he probably doesn't look forward to seeing you if you come to every convention. But anyways, he was a really nice guy. And he was really cool in the fact that he's like, I don't know you, I don't know her. How am I supposed to help you do this? You could be a complete douchebag. And why
don't you tell the story for people who don't know, because we're being really vague about it.
Yeah, so Sean Astin helped me propose to my wife a few years ago at Pensacon, and it was an interesting adventure because it was actually we were already talking about marriage, thinking about getting married and whatnot, but he was a last minute addition to the Pensacon roster.
Yeah, he was only there on Sunday.
Literally weeks before.
No, days before. Days. It was the week before.
Yeah.
The week before.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit. This is this is what I'm gonna do. I went, bought a ring, not even knowing if he would help me or not. And I went up to his agent and talked to her, and she's like, let's talk to him and see what he wants to do. And she like went and got him. Like, he paused his line to come talk to me, and he's like, meet me back here at this time and we'll talk and we'll see if it's something that I'll do. And came and talked, and he's like, the reason why I wanted to talk is I have no idea like who you are, who she is, and if you're good for her, if you're going to treat her right or nothing. And he's like, I have daughters. I can't help a man marry a woman if I don't know he's going to treat her right. And
he's like, arm wrestling?
No, and he's like, just like I wouldn't, I'm not going to.
He called him Oswald
present
Cobblepot.
My daughters to someone I don't know. Like, I can't do that. And
Chester Cobblepot.
Yeah, so I had to tell him, all this stuff about her, and basically convince him that, she's the shit.
That's super cool though.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Like, it's cool that he did that. Because most celebrities would have been like, "How much are you gonna pay me?"
Dude,
I should say most celebrities, but that's kind of how I pictured it going.
I think Janina cried more.
How much do you want to? How much are you gonna give me to help you do this?
Yeah.
And he's like, I even asked. I was like, whatever I need to, like, I can pay you to help or whatever. And he's like, no. Like, after everything you just said, I want to do this, but here's the rules. If we're gonna do this whole symbolism with Lord of the Rings, I never touched the ring. It's got to be on a chain.
Dude, that's legit.
I pulled it out of my pocket already on a chain, and he's like, dude, that looks just like it. Because like our engagement ring is not big and fancy. It's actually just a plain ring. Because I wanted the Lord of the Rings thing, and he was so adamant about he can't touch it. He can only touch the chain, so it's got to be on a chain. And I gave it to him. He had like a little bag that he put it in and everything. He kept it like overnight and everything.
That's awesome.
And he's like, what you're going to do is go sign up for my photo op. Like, we collabed on it. Like, he gave input on like, this is how I think we can do it. And he's like, be last in line. Intentionally be last in line, because we want to be able to take our time and not rush anybody or anything. Thanks, Colby. It was nice because you guys are good friends of ours.
We had
so it was kind of cool.
I had like the best seat in the house, dude. Janina was crying more than Emily was, and Janina was like, "How come Emily gets Lord of the Rings? All I got was Harry Potter." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
You got butterbeer. Shut up.
Yeah,
you're happy.
But no, it was so funny. And Colby, you were there, so you witnessed this. But I don't even know if you noticed this because we haven't really talked about it in detail. But you're in line and you're watching people walk up to Sean to get their photos, and he's like, he shakes hands with everyone, is like, hey, hi, nice to meet you, super friendly. And when we walk up, he's like, hey, Brian, hey, Emily, nice to meet you. And like,
at that minute she was like, okay, that's weird.
Emily doesn't even trigger that Sean Astin just called her by her name,
right,
or called me by name. And we pose for the photos or whatever. And then he starts saying stuff and pulls the ring out of his pocket to give to me. And I do the whole proposal thing. And Emily's like, what the fuck is going on?
He's like, we're going to do something different. And he made them like get in a different like,
he like moved me and moved her.
So when Emily turned or whatever, like it was cool, man. It was better than mine. And I was in
I've
Harry
never
Potter
heard
world.
This story.
Yeah. I was right there. It was cool. 10 feet from it. Just like the other thing that I saw today.
It was so all impromptu, and like, props to Mike Endley. Like, if he hadn't, like, I mean, we probably would still be married or whatever, but it wouldn't have happened in that way. And that's, Sean Astin has helped other people propose in the past, I'm sure, but it was a cool experience, but super nice guy. But then the cool thing was, he's like, make sure you get pictures from the photo op or whatever, bring them to me so I can sign them all and everything. And we went back up to him, and he wouldn't accept our money. Like, because I was trying to give him money for like doing that and signing the pictures and everything. And he's like, no, the only thing I ask is when I come back, I want to see your babies. I was like,
so you got to bring your dogs to up there?
Right. Yeah. No kids yet. Soon. Maybe. I don't know. Kids are fucking scary.
Yeah, man. FTK. Jeff knows what I'm talking about.
If I had a kid, I wouldn't be saying, I might buy The Mandalorian next week.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, we got to buy some more fucking diapers.
Yeah.
Wipes.
Yeah.
God, I can't tell you how many fucking Amazon boxes I had the first 2 or 3 years of Cameron's life with those damn diapers and the wipes and the everything. It's like every day we were getting new shit. It was like, God damn.
Yeah. Lots of people like for baby showers and shit. What do you need? Fucking diapers. And wipes.
Yes.
Different sizes, not just all newborn.
It's all yeah.
Because like, think ahead. Quick.
Whenever like our friends have kids and we do showers and stuff, we always give them like, okay, here's a box of size 3s, here's some size 5s, a size 6. Hold on to these for a year, 2 years, whatever. You'll need them.
No. Who is JoJo Siwa?
I don't know who that is. Barney thinks people know things that he's interested in and no one cares. So I don't know who that is.
You should have put Mr. or Miss.
All I know is JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
I know Devin Sawa. What was his name? From Casper? Not Casper.
Yeah, no, he is Casper.
Deadly Hand.
He's Casper. He's Casper when he comes back as a member.
That's right.
Gets reanimated.
And Idle Hands. That was
JoJo Siwa was some YouTuber. He's gonna make fun of me for not knowing who this chick is. Dancer, singer, actress on YouTube.
She hot?
He's talking about Cameo, probably.
I mean, no.
Yeah, he is. I'm sure that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Celebs are pretty damn cool sometimes.
Yeah.
And what's interesting,
well, really, the Tiny Lister's the only bad one that I came across.
You know who is your number one fan though, out of all the celebrities we've met together?
Oh yeah, I know who it is. She was.
That's Olsen.
Yes. Yep, Cindy Brady.
She wants Jeff's children.
Like not the ones that are alive right now.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, she was very sweet lady.
She wants some vitamin J.
She was just my dad's age and not into that. And plus, I'm happily together with my old lady. So. But yeah, like she sent me a picture, like a text message picture, like a month or so after the convention, and it was like her holding a bottle of whiskey, and I'm like,
and only that, wearing nothing else.
Yeah, I didn't get the full frontal.
Maybe it was. I was gonna say maybe it was her that I saw today. She's about the right age, right?
But super sweet lady, real good time. It was her and the guy who played
Michael Oaklin.
Yeah, but they were real nice. But yeah, she definitely.
You know who one of the other like coolest celebrities I've ever met is John Anderson.
Oh yeah, super cool.
Like he's had a lot of really cool, like, not necessarily a major role yet, but I think eventually he'll get one.
John Anderson.
He's had a lot of like small roles, and when he's on screen, you see him.
How am I not placing him?
He's like 6'7". 6'6".
How am I not placing him? John Anderson. He's like the most basic name ever.
He's a Ravager in Guardians.
He's got the whole makeup on. You wouldn't recognize him.
Yeah, he was in a show about the Unabomber. He was like a FBI agent.
He was in Stranger
Things. He was one of the agents for the company in the park.
Yeah.
Hold on. He's been in
It's got like a receding hairline, blonde hair.
Yeah.
Long.
Yeah. One of the nicest guys.
He's always wanted to shave it, but they want him to have it for movies and shit.
Yeah. A real good guy. He was one of the Ravagers that James Gunn brought to San Diego Comic-Con when they were doing the reveal for.
I mean, super nice guy. We did the Tallahassee Comic-Con, and like he's a celebrity. He doesn't like to sit behind the desk.
When I met, so kind of some backstory. Okay, whenever I was doing the like celebrity recruiting for that convention, he and his girlfriend, which at the time they're married now, amazing couple. She was his girlfriend / agent, and she actually reached out to me and was like, "Hey, we want to do your con." And I was like, I'm looking for certain types of things. I've never met John, never heard of John, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, "Well, are you going to be at this convention that's in Alabama? We'd like to meet you." And I was like, "Yeah, I plan to be there." We had a table there. Me and I think just me and Emily went to that one, but we set up a booth to advertise for the con and everything. And I went over and introduced myself, and after watching him, because I could see where his table was from mine, so I kind of was awkwardly like stalking him a little bit and just kind of observing how he interacted with people. Because to me, at a con, that's the best part. Like, it's not coming home with an autograph. That's cool. It's not coming home with, pictures and
Are we sure this is his name? Because I cannot find this guy.
John Anderson. Yeah.
Nope. Dead. 1992.
Nope.
I mean,
but
nope, dead.
I'll send you a link to his IMDb.
Dude, I'm on IMDb. There's one John Anderson, which is that's the amazing part. There's one.
It is not that John Anderson.
I'll click on more. Hold on.
Is it just JON?
Might be.
Is he not on Facebook anymore?
No, he is. He's on my friends list.
Am I spelling it wrong?
I think you're pronouncing it wrong. I think it's some other name.
No, it's Anderson. Yeah, there's his wife.
There he is right there.
Yeah, it's John Anderson.
Weird. Anyway, sounds like he's cool.
But yeah, I mean, real nice guy. But I observed him. Yeah, him and Bo Billingsley.
Which Guardians? One or two?
Another great guest.
He's in both of them.
He's like the really tall Ravager that has
the long head comes back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Taserface?
Yeah,
that's Chris Sullivan.
What? No, not Craterface.
Taserface.
No, whatever. Not him either.
I'm good.
This one. That's him.
No, that's not a real guy. Interesting.
It's not a real guy.
So anyways, I watched him interact with people, and people are walking by his booth, and he's not behind his table; he's in front of it, and he's shaking hands with everybody, introducing himself to them, as talking nerd stuff, because he's one of the biggest nerds I've.
He loves GI Joes.
Oh yeah, that's his obsession. That's why him and Ming Chen are such good friends.
Really?
Like, because Ming is a huge GI Joe collector, and hey to Ming Chen, by the way, if you're watching. Been a while.
He's not.
Looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah, definitely want to meet him.
Dude. Airport and paid for his Whataburger.
Ming is another great guy. He is one of the friendliest guys I've ever met at a con. Such a good guy. Knows so much about everything pop culture.
The first thing he said when I picked him up from the airport was, "Hey, where's the closest Whataburger?"
Nice.
Hey,
was this after you took him there before? Like,
no, this was like coming off the plane.
Nice.
Every time he comes to a state that has Whataburger,
that's where he goes.
He's like, "You got Whataburger here?" Scratching his shit.
Yeah, he's a burger guy for sure. But John, he makes that experience with people, and that's I talked to him for a few. I was like, "Yeah, you got to be there," and he did really good at our show.
Yeah,
he made a lot.
I think he did the best. If I would have to go on a limb, just because he's so he doesn't approach you like, "Hey, you want a picture? It's this much." Like hey, I like your shirt, man, and then just start up a conversation.
I'd say you're probably right. He probably did make the most out of it.
He was killing. Ming Chen, he did pretty good.
Ming did okay too.
I think between both of them, they did the best.
Yeah,
he also had Billingsley.
Yeah, Ming did good too. I think Ming might have been next to John. I can't remember.
They were close.
But yeah, anyways, he just pulls you in. And even if you don't know him from one of the things he's been in, by the time you've talked to him, you're a fan.
Yeah.
He is that nice. You feel like you're friends with him. I'd love to see him come out to Pentacon at some point. Shocked he hasn't been.
Yeah.
But
I think if he just gets that right role where he's got, speaking parts and
whenever I saw Hill House on Netflix,
that was first episode or first season. That was awesome.
That tall, creepy.
So I know who he is now. I know who he is now.
Perfect role for John.
Yeah, I know this guy, John Anderson. That's all you had to say. John Jacob Anderson.
Yeah, John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's my name too.
That's my name too.
Yeah. God, what other celebrities have we met?
What the fuck is the point of watching our videos? We're such morons, dude. We're such dorks.
We're down to we're the only ones watching right now.
Yeah, I'm watching on
We
like
have been going for 2
I'm watching
hours.
on like 2 different computers, so you know it counts.
Bill Kelly, super cool.
Oh yeah, Bill Kelly's a really awesome guy. He lives in Tallahassee.
Yeah, Bill was super cool.
And what was cool about him, he was actually kind of a last minute guest. He's a radio host.
Oh, is he?
That's like his main job. Like
if you go to his IMDb, like he's been in so many things.
He's in Pain and Gain.
Yeah, plays a doctor, isn't he?
Well, that's his problem.
Or a pharmacist or doctor or something.
I think so. Yeah. But
I hate that movie, dude. I know you guys love it.
I love that movie.
I don't know. It's just I watch it and I'm like, man, I feel bad for the human race because it's real. It's a fucking real story, dude. The Rock in that movie is such a dumbass, dude, but he plays it perfectly.
To be.
You know, it's like
yeah.
You watch it and you're like, God, Dwayne Johnson's a horrible actor, and then you're like, oh no, he's fucking amazing. The guy he's playing
need to watch
is a
Young
moron.
Rock.
Yeah,
I need to watch Young Rock. It is so good, so damn good. Yeah, Bill Kelly's really cool.
Billingsley was super nice too.
Bo Billingsley and his wife. So I'm going to say this flat out. Sorry to all my guy friends out there that love their wives and girlfriends or whatever. I have never met a man that loves his wife as much as Bo.
Yeah. You can see it.
Yeah. Everything we talked about, everything like I asked, you know, hey, what kind of food do you guys want? What do you like? What do you eat? He always was more concerned about her first over him.
Yeah.
Like, and she's super nice too. They're so polite. I'm friends with them on Facebook. He still actually reaches out to me sometimes to ask how I'm doing. Really, really nice guy. And he's in everything. I remember doing the artwork for when we announced him, and I had like logos from 200 plus shows that he had done voice acting work in video games.
I know that dude. Just looking at his face, I've seen. You're right. He's in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he does live action stuff. He's like in commercials and stuff. I've seen him pop up in commercials all the time now. But he was
the biggest thing was Cowboy Bebop, huh?
Yeah, that's his biggest.
He's in Halloween H2O also.
Yep. He was in the Blob. I don't know him much for his live action stuff. He was Barrett in the Final Fantasy VII.
I was gonna say he was Barrett Wallace in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. But he's literally in everything. You could scroll through his IMDb in 2 hours.
He's like that John DiMaggio guy that's in every like cartoon ever, you know, and Frank Welker and all those dudes. They're in everything.
Yeah. Richard Epcar is another really nice guy, voice actor for Raiden. He's played Joker in some of the fighting games. I remember driving him. Him and was it Mark Wahlberg's cousin? I was driving them back to their hotel, and I didn't even think about the fact that it was not Wahlberg, Matt Damon's cousin in the car. I didn't even think about the fact that he grew up in Boston, but that was around the time that the previews had just come out for Batman vs Superman with Batfleck coming out. I was like, man, what do you guys think of the new casting for Batman? Because I'm sitting with a guy that does voice acting for the Joker and stuff, and I think his name is like Tom something. Was I can't remember the guy's last name. He's actually a stunt double for Matt Damon. In what are those fucking action movies? The Bourne Legacy movies. He does some of the stunt double work for him. But anyways, he's like in a Boston accent, which I'm not even going to try to replicate because I can't do it. But Ben Affleck's a fucking wimp. We used to beat the shit out of him all the damn time and this, that, and the other. He's not fucking Batman. And I'm like, nice. Like he went on this 5-minute thing about Ben Affleck being like one of the wimpiest kids growing up in Boston whenever they were all playing yard football and shit. And I was like, I didn't even think of the like connection.
Right.
But he was like passionate about it and how much Ben Affleck, he never thought he would have been Batman because he was this just wimpy asshole.
I'm in the minority, but I like
I thought he did good.
Batman.
He did great.
He's the best Batman. He's not a great Bruce Wayne, but in my opinion, he's the best Batman we've seen.
I mean, he's a big guy, and he got jacked for that.
He's
for that
the Dark
role,
Knight.
and
He's the Frank Miller Dark Knight, like incarnate. It's 6'4", 250 pounds, and just ripped.
The Batman animated series is probably the best incarnation of Batman that will
Kevin
ever
Conroy.
exist. Yeah,
I'm talking about live action.
He's really nice too.
What do y'all think about the Twilight sparkly Batman?
I think he'll be good.
I was like, Twilight sucks.
Warner Brothers,
stupid vampires, and I was like, what are we talking about?
So Warner Brothers actually apparently
Robert Pattinson, get it? Pattinson. See what I did there?
So terrible. Warner Brothers wants his Batman movie to exist within the
Joker universe,
Mortal Kombat universe that they just created.
Oh, I heard the Joker universe with Joaquin Phoenix, because I heard he's supposed to be the kid at the gate.
Today,
why?
There was some talk where they want his Batman to exist in the Mortal Kombat universe,
so they can make a Mortal Kombat versus DC universe, sequel. Like that's the tie-in.
I'm wondering.
That would be pretty cool.
The game was fucking great.
It's one of those,
and the story was actually really good.
It's crazy because it's the forgotten Mortal Kombat game, and its story is really good. When Darkseid and Shao Kahn like merge, and it's like Dark Khan. That shit was.
Do you know why
good.
It's forgotten? Injustice.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same game. It's the prequel to Injustice.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Injustice is shitty.
I loved the Flash in that game, the Mortal Kombat game. The Flash
he's the best
amazing.
character.
Yeah. It's a cheat code.
That game Injustice made me forget about the Mortal Kombat versus DC or DC versus Mortal Kombat, whichever.
I don't know. I've never played any of them.
It's really damn
it's
good.
Cool because like the worlds start to collide and stuff, and like Wonder Woman is like fighting Sub-Zero, and then like fucking Johnny Cage shows up and saves him and stuff, and it's like what the hell, and you don't give a shit, you're just eating it up, dude. Like it's so it's awesome.
It is so damn good.
The Joker's in it.
I brought up the Twilight, because it's funny. I think it's funny, but anyway,
Robert Pattinson is a good actor, dude.
I like him as an actor, and I root just like I rooted for Ben Affleck, because I like Ben Affleck. I want him to do awesome. No, I did not see the Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse is one of the best pieces of film I've ever seen.
It's his best role.
I heard it's really good.
I can't even call it a movie. It is a film.
That doesn't have Casey Affleck in it, does it? Am I thinking of something?
It's got Willem Dafoe and Pattinson are really the only two people in the vast majority of the film. It is amazing the acting that him and Dafoe did in that. Like I felt like I was watching archived footage. The film style it's so weird seeing like
he wears like a weird hat in that movie, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean they're like lighthouse keepers from.
I just
kind of goes to the territory.
Whenever you said that, I had like a weird image of him wearing like a weird looking.
Yeah, like I don't even think electricity was a thing. Like
they had lanterns and shit.
Yeah, well, I mean they're on like a fucking island.
Yeah,
but it's fucking weird. But it being in black and white like totally made the film. Like if they did that in color,
black and white. I've only seen it once, and it's one of those things like if I don't, it's good, but like if I have to watch it a second time and like it really makes you think, I'm like, man, I don't know if I should watch this again. It's kind of like another movie he's in, Tenet. Did you see Tenet recently? It's God, it's
you
hard
need to watch
explain.
Lighthouse, but with Lighthouse, it's one of those movies. It would be hard to rewatch because the movie is very uncomfortable the whole time. Like there's so much awkwardness in both of their characters, but also the dynamic between the
scenes
two.
are hard to get through because it's so sort of out of left field, and
right.
It's
I have to check it out.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it is really, really good.
Did it win some movies or some movies?
I know it was.
Black Panther made a lot of movies.
Yeah, it was nominated for a lot. I don't know.
In his defense, it made over 120 minutes of movie. So
yeah, it's very true.
It made a lot of movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm out of shit to talk about, guys.
Yeah, dude.
We have been on here for
we're 2.5 hours now. So I mean, we can keep going if you want, or we can call it. I don't care. I'm good either way.
I don't know.
Let me
ask our viewer.
Let me get my let me get our new swag. I'm gonna hand out soon. Hold on.
Can't believe you put QR codes on them.
Dude, it's amazing. Are you kidding me?
See, that's when we need a Twitter and all that shit, so we could put that on there.
Why is the QR like
it looks
not
good.
a square?
Why is it backwards?
Well, it's backwards because it's facing me. It's just a white square now, or rectangle. What do you mean? It's backwards on your side, but it's not backwards on my side.
No, I mean the QR is like an irregular shape.
The box is, but the QR is an actual square.
It's like a triangle.
It's a square. You're blind. It's black and blue.
It's a triangle and it's backwards.
It's white and gold. The hell
I hate you guys. Yeah, we're gonna hand these out at Pensacon for sure. Get the word out.
Get the word. How many did you get?
500.
Like, are we talking like AOL level of distribution?
Yeah, we get 500 free hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
God, you remember?
Do you not even know what I meant?
Yeah, where you get the disc with everything you buy. Like you go to McDonald's and you get a Happy Meal. And it's like, hey, here's an AOL disc. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
I understand every reference, Brian.
Do you?
Even the ones I don't get.
You're special.
Face is special. Boom. Roasted.
Special funny or special?
Funny looking.
Thanks.
I'm fucking tired.
So hey, about that server I was gonna bring over tomorrow, it just broke. I don't know.
Sorry, Jeff, you're not getting my other computer that it was gonna replace.
Oh, were you gonna give him that one?
I think so.
Oh well, then look, it just fixed itself. It's working now, so we're good.
The plan was I would hold on to this as a backup for like a week to make sure that server's stable. And if that server's stable,
it's a server I set up, so there's no telling.
Yeah, and,
let's be. Barney, if Barney's still watching, he's like, my fucking raid server won't stop because I set it up for him and he doesn't know anything about it. And he's always texting me like, yo, you up? I'm like, no, I'm not fixing your raid server again.
This is like my 4th server from you because all of them.
This is a real one, okay? This isn't like
problematic.
This one's only about 5 years old, not 10 years old, okay?
This is an original Xbox that he's.
Yeah. How comfortable are you with Linux? Unrelated. I like how he just gets up and walks away in the middle of a conversation. Like, oh yeah,
last I checked, this is a real server too.
Yeah, that's an old eBay find.
How heavy this fucker?
I can fucking see it. My fucking shoulder just popped.
Well, they don't make them like they used to. I'll tell you that much.
Thank God.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my shoulder.
I was.
They don't make them like they used to.
No, hopefully the server will work good. But the plan is if that thing is stable for a week or two, then
if it doesn't, let's just throw another chicken on the parmy.
Damn it, I want a chicken parmy. That's what it's called, blokes and their pub feeds.
Are we gonna live stream?
Should be called blokes and their parmy.
Are we gonna live stream making a chicken parmy? Is that like our next video? Like we're gonna like go to the store and get the ingredients and fucking make it live and be like, oh my God, this is amazing.
My boss thinks that I need to make a YouTube channel that is about air frying stuff.
Is this the one that has his own podcast?
Yeah.
He needs to join us one day and get us some views.
Yeah, get the word out. Hey, you have a lot of Linux fans, right? We can talk about Linux for 2 hours. I'll make something up.
I'm gonna install Linux on my air fryer.
It's probably already running Linux.
I'll just be like yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jeff's like yeah, Linux. I've heard of it.
Yeah. Don't ask me to spell it, but yeah.
Don't they make air conditioners? And the guy's like, no.
That's the guy on that Linux.
Isn't that a cat
right?
with the long ears? That's a lynx. Oh yeah. Okay. Same thing.
Yeah, like a jaguar. No, actually. Oh, like Atari. Didn't they have a Lynx?
Yes, the Lynx was the handheld.
Speaking of, have you seen the fucking
Bobcat video? The one you showed me, and I was like,
holy fuck.
And I pointed out the fact that you can actually see the Bobcat running across the road at the very beginning. You can see it. And that bobcat was determined, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
like
the hell.
that guy come out and said,
Yeah,
"Good
dude.
morning."
He's all like, and then, dude, when he throws it, he
Got my
flexes.
coffee.
He's
It's so
like,
sunny
he
and
throws
nice
it,
out
and he's like,
today.
yeah, I'm gonna get my fucking gun and shoot that fucker. I was like, oh my god, dude, what the
Dude,
hell is this?
My
He
favorite
wound
line.
Did you know he wound up shooting it?
Oh, he did. Wow.
Yeah, he wound up killing it.
My favorite line
It had
in that
rabies,
video,
by the way.
Oh wow.
is
Is his wife okay? Damn.
Attacked by a pop.
like,
Dude, the sound that it makes as soon as it attacks is like some ethereal, like
Yeah.
banshee from, it was like,
Jeff,
what the fuck?
you hunt. You've probably heard them out in the woods.
Oh yeah,
They're fucking
sound like a woman screaming.
terrifying.
Yeah. Foxes sound crazy too. When at night you hear a fox,
Yeah.
they have a really crazy sound.
I'm having flashbacks. I think we talked about this on our earlier.
We did.
Yes. God, that was such a good video.
And then when he
go viral.
throws it,
And then he flexes at
and
it.
then it run. That's when he goes to grab his pistol in his bag, and
Yeah.
it runs back. He's
Yeah.
like,
Dude, I want the full story on what was in the pet carrier.
yeah. They said that after they killed it, they tested it. It did have rabies. They both had to get shots, but they never said anything about why they think that it chose them. Because that person walking down the street, it was closer to him than
Yeah.
the lady coming out of the house.
His wife had a pet carrier.
It had to be a cat
So I don't
or
know.
a tiny
They never
dog.
said anything.
I don't know.
But
It was like it
Brian
was
was like-
waiting for them.
Brian
though.
was like, "What if it found one of? What if they picked up one of its babies and they thought it was a
Yeah,
cat?"
one
I'm
of
like,
the
"Dude,
kittens.
no, dude, come on."
Well, I'm just thinking, they're like animals aren't like that.
Yeah.
Like where they would sit there and like wait for the human to come
It's
outside.
so
Like,
funny because the very beginning of the video, you can see it just running across, and it's all like la la la. It looks like it's just like a regular cat, and all of a sudden, it's, oh shit, it's a fucking bobcat.
Well, she even looks back like,
Yeah, she
and
sees
then all of a
something.
sudden
She
when it
sees
goes,
something.
she's like,
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's hilarious.
she didn't.
that would be so
Pet
scary
carrier
at the
either.
minute, but like me being outside that situation, it's funny as shit.
Yeah,
My wife got a It's like his neighbor didn't just witness
just-
you.
Oh, yeah.
throw it
I just
30
thought it was
feet.
hilarious when he like fucking Hulk flexed on it after he threw it, dude. He like girl, like it's so funny, dude.
Well, I mean, I can't say what I would do in that situation, but you would think that you have a cat because cats will
Don't let
fuck
it fucking
you up.
go.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like if you've got a hold of it, your best bet is to keep holding that bitch. If it's not,
I think
clawing
I think
you to
instinct
death.
is just to get it the fuck away from you, and he just fight or flight kicks in, and he was like, I'm punting
Well,
this
so
fucking
here's the
thing.
thing. It doesn't matter how a cat gets thrown into the fucking air, what it falls
It'll
off
land,
of. It's landing
yeah.
on its feet.
Yeah,
They are just like a squirrel can. Like it does. Like they've done studies with squirrels where they like drop them in different positions and stuff, and it's wild the way they can maneuver themselves in the air. And because I mean they're meant to be jumping from limb to limb, and it's just how they're built. You are throwing one of those isn't going to do anything unless you're throwing it into a fucking brick wall.
Wow.
And
But I think also
That's
too that I think
scary.
he knew that he had his pistol on him, and his plan was to shoot it.
He was getting it away
But
from him so
yeah.
he could get it.
So
yeah.
he wound up cornering it, and then it went to attack him again, and he was shot at.
Where was it? Do we know?
I
assume
up
Florida or
north
Texas.
somewhere. I think.
I don't know.
I think it was up north.
Oh, really? Interesting.
His accent didn't sound northern.
Well, it wasn't as rednecky as you made it out to be either.
It was pretty.
Watch the
it's
video.
not, but
It was pretty bad,
I mean-
dude.
My wife got attacked by a bobcat. That's how Brian said. Bobcat.
I'm enhancing it.
It was good.
I'm exaggerating. That's the word I was looking for. I've had 2 beers and a Red Bull. My brain isn't working anymore. But it's weird that he decided that he had to narrate that for
Yeah,
his
the
neighbor.
like
that's
we
running up,
couldn't
like,
tell what was going on. Like he had to explain it.
Well, like his neighbor was running up, which like obviously just saw you throw this huge screaming giant cat across the fucking yard. Like,
Do y'all follow Ozzy Man reviews?
yes.
Yeah, I
Have
don't.
you watched his
yeah.
Kano reaction?
No, but he did.
It's so funny,
the
dude.
Bobcat one that I watched, and it's fucking funny.
He has.
He's like, look at this bloke. He's so happy. He's talking to Look at how nice, love the it is. Little does he know his wife's about to get fucked by bobcats. Oh my god.
He has a reaction now watching clips of Mortal Kombat, just Kano scenes, because the movie hasn't come to Australia yet. Or at least at that point in time. And everyone kept telling him to review it because they're like, they based Kano on you. It's a ripoff. And he's like, guys, I'm not the only Australian.
Yeah, seriously. We all talk like this, okay?
Yeah. He's like, now, when we leave Australia, we all play it up a little bit so that we're the special Australian guy. But there's more than one of us. It's okay for someone else to be Australian. It's really fucking funny. He seems like a really nice guy.
Did he like it?
Oh, he was laughing his ass off. One of the lines, he's like, I have to remember that one. It's like, I want to use that. Kano was so fucking.
I'm telling you, dude, that movie was a lot better the second time I watched it.
Yeah, because your expectations
have
been, tempered, and you can just sit there and enjoy it and for what it is, instead of analyzing the fuck out of it like everybody does these days.
Right. Yeah, it's after. Is our heart like I watched our review and we had some pretty harsh comments for it. I felt like, and we
didn't really mean to, because it was not.
We were just so shocked by the tone change that happened. I think that it put a bad taste in our mouths.
But if you actually watched the whole thing with us watching it,
our reactions
we were
great.
Excited. Yeah. We had a good time watching it, but it was like the more I thought about it, the more I was shitting on the movie. Yeah. And I'm like,
it's kind of like,
dude, the movie couldn't have been that bad. It's just not what I expected.
It's kind of like, Kong versus Godzilla. People are like, oh, the human story just makes no sense and it's horrible. And it's like, just like the Transformers movies, people always bitch about the humans. It's like, what do you expect? Like, this is a movie to see fucking monsters fight each other. Like, fuck off, Like, you're not gonna get any Academy Awards for this film. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a popcorn flick.
Yeah. So with Godzilla, though, I would say the old school, the actual Japanese Godzilla, especially the earlier ones, they are meant to be serious films that are about real world shit with the nuclear age.
Yeah, but I mean that's a different stuff, that's a different time though.
It is. It's a totally different genre, really, than what the new movies are. And
it was an allegory more than anything else.
Yeah, and I like the human elements in those types of movies because it does help you connect to this world that's bigger than them, but they can't get it right. Bryan Cranston is the best thing in the 2014 Godzilla.
Yeah.
And that was kind of upsetting because they build him up as he's going to be the main character and then he fucking dies.
The only recent movie
that was 7 years ago.
The only fairly recent movie they got it right with the humans and stuff, in my opinion, was Pacific Rim. When those humans are on screen, you don't feel like this.
The first Pacific Rim.
Yeah. The second one doesn't exist.
But
I never watched the second one. I like Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's good.
Because they're actually in the robots. The human story matters. Whereas in Transformers, it's the humans are fucking shooting them with AR-15s. It's no, don't nobody care. But yeah.
The first one Wahlberg was in he did pretty good.
I didn't watch that one.
He brought a different
Age of Extinction. You mean
level
with the Dinobots?
Acting.
Yeah. I don't know, man. By then it was
See, I was a big fan of Shia LaBeouf. Still am. I like Shia LaBeouf. And then once he wasn't in them, I didn't watch them.
Yeah. The fifth one is hard to watch. It's laughable how bad it is, dude. The Last Night, it's just it's so poorly edited and none of it makes any sense. And they're in a submarine and they talk about the submarine being a transformer and it never transforms. It never does anything. And it's what the fuck? Why? It's so weird. Just a weird movie.
Bumblebee was really damn good.
Bumblebee's the best one.
What I love is,
I haven't watched that one.
The first
G1
5 minutes of Bumblebee
is G1 Transformers.
It's them going, look, Michael Bay, you can.
This is how you do it. Yeah. The first 5 minutes is all Cybertron war and it's all CGI and it's OG Generation 1 Transformers with the jets. They have their Pyramid shape instead of the F-15 look.
It is what is that 1984 Transformers when they first came out? I think it's 84.
86, maybe. No, the 86 was
sounds
the movie.
Like something around there.
I think it was 84, and then the movie came out a few years later.
Yeah, movie came out in 86. I know that for sure. So 84 is probably right.
But anyways, because Michael Bay's argument when the first movies came out, he's like, you can't bring the G1 Transformers onto the live screen and it make any sense.
Yeah.
Like you just wouldn't be able to do it. And then with Bumblebee, they start out in this epic battle on Cybertron with the Transformers I know and love from the 80s. And that director and the CG artists and everything, there's a layer hidden under all of that. I guarantee in their project files where they're just doing this to Michael Bay saying, look, you can fucking do it.
Yeah, it's good.
I was real disappointed in the G.I. Joes that came out. Like I wanted those to be really good.
The first hour of the first one is like, okay, I can get behind this. And then when they start attacking the Cobra base, it's bad. The second one was like unwatchable with The Rock.
But wasn't the second one? The second one you were expecting Channing Tatum
to be a bit. He's on the poster, and then in the trailer.
Yeah, and then he dies. He
dies off screen.
Bryan Cranston syndrome.
Yeah,
same thing in that movie.
It was like, what the fuck?
But that's what I was gonna say about the Godzilla movies. Is in the first Godzilla, they got rid of Bryan Cranston super early after they basically billed him as a lead, and then
he's all over the trailer.
They left the married version of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch around.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Which came out, I think, the same year that they were playing brother or sister.
Or no, the year before, but still, yeah.
But and they were awful in that movie. And that's why that movie, the human plot sucked as soon as Bryan Cranston died, just because the acting was bad.
Yeah.
King of the Monsters with Monster Zero, King Ghidorah, whatever you want to call him. The human story, and that was actually really damn good.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it with 11. And
for a giant monster movie,
from
it was good.
Lights. He's good in that.
Yeah.
He also played in the original King Kong too, didn't he?
Yep, he's the actor.
Not the original.
The
Jack Black one.
Jack Black.
Yeah,
he's the actor that goes.
Yeah. Peter Jackson version.
I actually like that.
Bad with names tonight. And then Godzilla vs. Kong was a step backwards from King of the Monsters with they tried to put human story there. It was just stuff that didn't really matter.
All right.
For the plot.
I like the monster stuff better in Godzilla vs. Kong, but I like the human stuff better in King of the Monsters. If they could somehow combine those, it would have been a really, really good film.
I think I took offense to a lot of it taking place in Pensacola and not using the real Pensacola, which immediately rubbed me the wrong way because it's
Hawaii is
that's not
nothing it's not even close. We don't have rocks like that.
Yeah, they made it some super
skyscrapers
city.
And shit. Yeah, and it's we're not like that.
Yeah, look,
dude.
guys, we've got mountains and
we're a fucking small. We're a small retirement community and a military base.
On the military base.
Thank you. Yeah. Done.
That's what I thought they were doing. I was like, is Mechagodzilla going to be a Navy/Air Force?
Yeah, they could have easily just done a view of NAS, and that's where he attacked.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so I think I took some offense to that because it immediately pulled me out of the world that they were trying to convey.
Yeah, and it's weird for a small town like this. We don't get a lot of publicity with regard to that. But people in New York and LA are they film in those places for those movies typically. So it's it's real. But somewhere here, it's this was our one shot to be actually on the map, and you use fucking Hawaii. It's why? It would have been cheaper to use it here. The beaches are better here anyway.
But you never just yeah. They don't ever show it, Pensacola, but those people, a lot of movies
they'll use Milton or something, in that Red movie. It's Milton.
Yeah. Yeah, Pensacola is
no offense.
well-known place just because of the military. There's so many people that come through here for training.
A lot of actors stuff parents.
It's the oldest city in the U.S. Fuck it, St. Augustine,
Yeah.
Steve Martin is married to
come through Milton at the Whiting Field. So
Nirvana's guitar players from Pensacola.
One of the composers from Star Citizen lives in Pensacola.
Yeah, he does all the oboe stuff. When you start the game up, his track is one of the ones that plays.
Yeah, he plays in the symphony. Man, we've gone on so many
we're almost 3 hours.
I was pissed today. I went to the mall and I was like, man, I gotta find some cool t-shirts and stuff for the show. And they had this badass Godzilla shirt, but they only had it in mediums, which is what I call smalls or mediums, and I'm fat, so I think it was Hot Topic. They like the majority of their shirts that they had in stock, at least, only went up to large. I was like, "Are you guys against fat people now?"
Well, this is what pisses me off with.
Well, no, they're just out of stock
like that. Even when they make clothes that are like 2X,
they're small.
They make them wide, but they don't make them any longer.
They're never tall enough.
I'm 6'2".
It drives me
if
crazy.
I get a 2X shirt, it needs to come down. I don't need it to come up over my belly button.
It drives me crazy. They're never tall enough.
Anything I have that's not like an XLT or 2XLT, I call like belly dancing shirts.
Yeah, they do not.
My ass is going to be hanging out, or my gut is going to be hanging out. If my arms do anything other than stay by my side.
No. And see, I could wear a large, but the larges are worse. You know, like they fit around me, but they're so fucking short. Yeah. And then I get a 2X, and it's just baggy as shit because I could fit another person in the damn thing, and it's just I fucking hate them. Irritate.
Yeah. And women need
and
pockets in their pants.
It's not like I'm a weird size.
What the hell's that about?
You know they do need damn pockets.
I know,
in their
it's
pants.
so stupid. Like we get pockets. What the fuck they don't get
What's
pockets?
funny is my 13-year-old today, like I'm wearing sweatpants, and I was reaching for my phone or something. She goes, How far do those pockets go down? I said, damn near to my knees. She's like, I need to start getting guy jeans and wearing them because she's like, I can't fit my phone in my pocket. And I told her, I was like, well, I think they do that because guys don't have purses, and all of our stuff goes in our pockets. Girls have purses. She's like, yeah, but
sometimes they don't want.
I need to start wearing boy pants. I was like, well, you know, it's in style now. You can go get you some skinny jeans that are supposed to be for guys.
Let's think about that though. Like women don't have big pockets, therefore they're required to have a purse because they can't
self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah,
true.
It's
like,
yeah. But yeah, she was
that's
bitching
deep,
about
Brian.
And I never thought about that.
That was deep, dude. That was some wisdom right there, man.
Sometimes I'm smart.
You should probably, run for office.
I'm gonna get that on my wall. Sometimes women need pockets because they can't fit all the shit in their purses, and then they don't need the purses because they have pockets. That's going right on my wall.
That's why everybody should start wearing fanny packs.
I can't tell if you were actually like impressed by that or if you're just making fun of me, or both.
He's on the fence. He's not sure yet. If you think it's a compliment, it wasn't.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you don't think it was a compliment, it was a compliment.
I'm such a dick to Brian, dude. I'm always like making him feel stupid, and it's not my fault. I just,
That's why
he's like, it's not my fault.
He's just dumb. I mean, what do you want from me?
That's why you're the way you are to Toby.
Yeah, it's the exact same.
He's my Toby.
Sorry, Toby.
It's horrible. I already saw that.
Like Toby will say something wrong, like, no, Toby, shut up. You're an idiot.
I don't say that as much as you do, though.
Yeah, but he knows that he's smarter than me when it comes to fucking computer shit. So.
Well, I mean, come on. That's where's the bar really set there? I mean,
not high. I'm good at video games.
You have the excuse of
think about this.
Really having
Brian is,
but I don't try to act like I know
Brian is
shit
Toby's
about him,
IT support for his computer, and I am Brian's. Okay, so
right.
Think about.
And I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah,
you're just the talent. I yell action. You come out of the trailer. You're like, let's fucking go. That's it. I'm done. I'll be in my trailer, motherfucker.
And then you complain about our camera quality.
Yeah, goddamn, quality. How come Colby looks so fucking crisp and we're all
black? He's got an Amazon special. I spent more money on my stuff than he spent on his.
Dude, my camera was $60, dude. I told you to get this one, man. It's 1080p 60 instead of your 720p.
I know mine was
bullshit.
like 90. Should be better.
You got the Razer tax, man. I told you about that shit, man. As I'm pushing a button on a Razer mouse right now, but
and that what the doc supports Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah. Razer makes good stuff.
Some of the stuff is good. The Razer Keo, whatever the fuck it is trash.
Yeah, their Black Widow promo keyboard. I've got I forget if this is
the Death Adder. Death Adder Elite is legit. The mouse. What I have.
I think I have the Death Adder as well. My wife likes the Mamba.
Flip it over. They're labeled on the bottom.
Or maybe I have them backwards. No, I've got the Mamba. She likes the Death Adder. I've got the Mamba Tournament Edition. But their mice and keyboards are legit. This Keo camera This is the best I've gotten it to look after messing with settings for
Because
hours.
I kept complaining. I'm like, man, we can't be messing with this shit for 30 minutes while we're trying to stream, dude. And you were like, I gotta fix this shit. Dude, the other night, he kept.
Then what happens? We get 5 minutes in, and your fucking camera shuts off.
What are you gonna do? It was so funny, dude. Like the other day, where he's like, okay, I got it now, and then you connect to Discord, and it would go dark again. He's like, God damn it! Like it kept reverting back. Dude, it was for like 15 times in a row. He's like, well, let me try this, and then it would just go black again.
Well, that's why I'm doing the virtual camera now, because OBS controls it better than the Razer software.
Yeah, thanks OBS. Sponsor this video. We'll keep using your shit. That's free. So yeah, OBS is awesome. Like and subscribe.
It fucking works.
It does, dude.
That's all I know. But
give me a computer and I'll thank you for it.
But yeah, this Razer Keo. Sorry, Razer, I'm going to bash on you for a minute. They marketed this as like the best streaming webcam. I disagree.
$90.
$90.
$60. I mean, you can see the difference, you know. And
well, I mean, like,
I'm sorry that I'm so crisp because I'm not good looking, but you know, maybe we should switch cameras so you see less of me.
No, the only reason why I'm using this is it has some better features than the very cheap LG and
920.
I think it's an LG and HP one that I have, but this one's slightly better than those, and those were like the cheapest I could find at the time years ago.
I have my old one somewhere. You could probably try.
The mic isn't super bad, but it's really not meant for two people to be sharing a mic either. But I don't think the mic's too bad.
We need to get our voices deep like Colby's.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it through an EQ, man. I sound like I'm on helium right now in my ears, but the EQ does all.
We need that sound mixer board back. It's all hooked up to Emily's streaming shit.
Hey, she's not here. Just be like, yo, I don't know what happened to it, man. It's weird.
I will never unplug that thing from her stuff because she has so many. She runs her piano through that. She runs her guitars through that. She runs.
Is that what we used for the old one?
Yeah. There's so much stuff hooked up to that. And every time she's ever unplugged it, it's taken me an entire day to figure out how to get it hooked back up the right way. So I will buy a new one that is better before you unplug that one.
I'm going to say, yeah, buy her the better one and get that working and take the other one.
No, he's going to buy us a better one.
Yeah,
can have
I'm buying us.
I know how it works. I'm married, remember?
He just doesn't want to unplug that one. That's the whole point of getting
another tell her, be like, hey, if we unplug it, it's going to break everything. I'm doing this for you, babe.
But yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. This podcast has gone on for way too fucking long. But I will say we are aware that the audio and video quality is not as good as it could be. So we have some plans to improve that. But you'll have to bear with us.
Yes, unfortunately, you still have to look at us. So we can't do anything about that. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on? I'm getting tired.
Want to touch on this? Sounds perverted.
You had to go there. Of course, I was thinking it. I just didn't say it. I'm like, Jeff's gonna make a joke about 60-year-old tits. Here it comes.
One 3, 2, 1. Tries to stay professional, I guess.
Yeah.
Why that person's me, I have no fucking idea.
Damn, it's 12 o'clock. I didn't realize.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I had fun. We got some laughs. We got Kobe looking at old lady's tits.
We just got to talk about the ring, people coming out of wells.
Been fun, guys. We'll see you next week. I'm gonna go hang myself.
Do it on live cam. Do it on live cam. Then we'll get a bunch of views.
Wow.
Got you in the fucking suicide hotline. Jesus.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
See you guys.